All right, 1-2, check. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, Plainfield High School, 1-2, 1-2. Check. We've got about 5 minutes before we're going to start. Those of you that are tuning in early for our broadcast tonight, we're syncing up with WYRZ 98.9. We welcome our Tri-West and Plainfield fans. We'll be joined by Kevin Kersey of the Kevin Kersey Agency. Don't forget, you can tell your friends they can listen to tonight's broadcast on WYRZ 98.9 as well in Hendricks County. Hello, Shane. So what we want to just, like I said, basically just follow the ball third of the field at a time. You don't got to zoom in or anything. And if you got to go out wide, you got it. You're the most competent cameraman I've ever had. What's that? I'm sure it was a nicer camera than that. No, about the same. It's a good camera. It's held up well. I was surprised. We've had it for, I guess, this is year 7. All right, Shane, we've got about 3 minutes and 20 seconds up on the clock before we start. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll give you the usual countdown. And as we usually do, very exciting night of high school football. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock will be your announcers / camera workers for the evening. Shane, I'm grooming Colin. He's going to become the next voice of WYRZ Sports. Tonight is the night. Someday when he goes in the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, so this was his debut. Kevin Kersey Agency presents Hendricks County Friday Night Football on WYRZ. Powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game is underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency. Okay, yep, got it. Got all the ads. Going to have Colin come in here as well.
Since when?
See, there you go. You're already getting there. You're already a highly trained professional.
Easiest job training I've ever had. And again, my other job training I've had was really get to work spraying weeds. So, I mean, I don't know if there's really any job training involved in that.
All right, Shane, we have got 1 minute. Kevin is going to join us. Hey, Coach, steal one of those lineups from you. It'll be all right. Thank you. Kevin said he's on his way, so we're going to go ahead and start in 1 minute. And then we'll just hand the mic off to Kevin once he gets here. He said he had to put gas in his truck. Gas in his truck, Shane. That was the story I got. I don't know if we believe it or not. Hey, he's paying the bills, so that's okay. As are our wonderful Westside Plumbing and all of our great sponsors and our Plainfield Parents Club. 30 seconds, Shane, 30 seconds. $20 seconds. $10 seconds. Good evening, fans. Welcome in here tonight on 98.9 WYRZ as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Hendricks County Friday Night Football. Tonight's game is underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency of Brownsburg, Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air, UPS, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Crane Credit Union, Wicker Construction, Gunnell and Kinnaman LLP, Jimmy John's, KG Enterprises, and Hoosier Tent and Party Rental. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Kendall along with Colin Aycock, as tonight we bring you a Hendricks County rivalry matchup as the Plainfield Quakers play host to the Tri-West Bruins. First time these two teams have met in quite a while, but conference and schedule realignments have made it possible. And, of course, last week we heard and saw these Plainfield Quakers in action. A hard-fought loss against a very good Avon squad. They enter with a record of 0-1. They will look to bounce back tonight. Tri-West also 0-1. They suffered a tough loss against a very good West Lafayette team in week number 1. So both these teams looking to get into the winning way of things, and we'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a moment. Plainfield still on the field right now. We've got about 18 and a half minutes on the pregame clock. Plainfield will be the home team tonight, wearing the home red, white letters and numbers, white pants. And the Tri-West Bruins will be the visitors tonight, wearing the road whites with blue and gold helmets. And they'll be back out on the field here in just a little bit. Hey, the Kevin Kersey Agency of the Farmers Insurance Group helps with home, auto, life, or business needs. They're located at 480 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. Their phone number is 317-286-3481. They're also found on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency or at their website, farmersagent.com/K Kersey. And Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website, panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. They're open Sunday to Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday open until 11 p.m. And Colin, you just attended the Indiana All-Star Game as a participant, and you know these two programs, two of the best in Central Indiana.
Yes, sir. Very good football tonight.
Of course, Colin we brought the expert in because people, I'm not an expert. Colin was just an Indiana All-Star manager. Was it the North or the South team?
South. Geography made no sense there, but...
And so you got to see probably kids from both, were there Plainfield and Tri-West kids at the All-Star Game?
No, the way they do it, they split up conferences. They don't do just best of the best. They do a lot of different guys. I mean, they limit it. Not D1 guys can't come, so you can't see some of those guys, but you see some great talent from around Indiana.
It's youth football night, and the youth of Plainfield High School, or played for the future Plainfield High School standouts, the Plainfield Youth Football running out on the field here tonight. So we've got about 16 and a half minutes up on the clock. Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing. And UPS, the new Plainfield UPS, is now hiring part-time package handlers for 3 different shifts, morning, evening, and late night. Weekly retention bonus, tuition reimbursement, and benefits are all available for all UPS employees. More information on applications for available positions and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. Crane Credit Union can assist when buying a home or car. Paying bills and depositing checks as well as making loan payments can be done on smartphones with their mobile app 24 hours a day. Located in 27 Indiana counties. More information can be found at cranecu.org. Federally insured NCUA. Again, I'm Rob Kendall along with Colin Aycock coming to you tonight from Plainfield High School, where the Tri-West Bruins are getting set to take on the Plainfield Quakers. Both teams come in with a record of 0-1, but both teams taking out 2 very good opponents. And it's really a good chance. It's nice to have this rivalry back. Of course, many years ago when both of these schools were much smaller, they did get together, but not recently. and thanks to some scheduling and conference shifts, these two teams now able to get together. Still got about 15 minutes up on the clock, and we talked to Brian Woodard this week, head coach of the Plainfield Quakers, on the Brian Woodard Show. And he talked a lot about this team getting back in the swing of things, about the winning way of things. And it's always tough when you start with a much bigger school, as the Plainfield Quakers did in Week 1 with Avon. Of course, last year they really had Avon in a bind, a lead at halftime, and then Avon with a great comeback. This year, just a little too much firepower, as the Avon Orioles returning 9 of 11 starters on the offensive side of things, and it ultimately proved to be too much for the Plainfield Quakers. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County and West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and their Facebook page by searching for Westside Plumbing. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes and remodeling projects. Wicker Construction works with the client to understand their lifestyle and construction needs. Their phone number is 839-8353, 317-839-8353. And Jimmy John's offers daily delivery and catering. They're located at 2683 East Main Street next to BW3s and open from 10:30 to 10 Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 317-837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com. And Goodell and Kinnaman Financial Accounting, Tax, and Wealth Managers is available to answer questions you may have when it comes to retirement. Their phone number is 317-203-4433, and the email is info@gkfin.com. And Hoosier Tent and Party Rental is located at 101042 Bradford Road in Avon and has been serving Hendricks County with party rental supplies since 2001. More information can be found at 317-272-9746. And Colin, you played at Chittard, won a state championship there, part of the Indiana All-Star team as well. What are these kids thinking about right now as we're about 13 minutes before kickoff?
I mean, you're definitely just getting into a zone. I mean, that's the way high school sports really are. Once you're getting in, you start getting into the zone, you start getting some butterflies in your stomach, you're just ecstatic to go out and play some football.
Were you ever nervous? Because I always often wonder, and we talked with Coach Woodard about this, obviously he's on the sidelines and he doesn't see the fans, but do you as a player, do you see, I mean, there's going to be 2,000-3,000 people out here in the stands tonight.
I was never nervous about people. The people weren't really that big. It was mostly just being nervous about doing the right things for your team, doing the right things, getting the right plays, remembering your assignments for your team. It was never about the fans. It was always about the guys you were out there with. There were usually 90 guys on the sidelines, and you just want to make sure you're doing everything to represent them well and do everything right and be a good teammate.
Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock from Plainfield High School. Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football here on 98.9 WYRZ. We also welcome those of you tuned in tonight on our simulcast on Audio Sports Online on the Tri-West and Plainfield pages, respectively, that are watching the video simulcast tonight. So we'll have that synced up all throughout the course of the evening. And 11 and a half minutes still up on the clock going through our pregame as the youth football players from Plainfield High School are on the south end of the field now, preparing to welcome the Plainfield Quakers to the field tonight. And as he said, Plainfield and Tri-West, two teams, two great franchises, and of course Tri-West with a new head coach this year, a familiar name, but a new head coach, Tyler Bruce, who did win a state championship as quarterback with the Tri-West Bruins many years ago. He is now leading that team, and that makes me feel a little old because I announced him when he was in high school, and I asked Coach Woodard this week if that made me an old guy now, and he said, yeah, you're nearing into that. But very exciting for Tri-West, of course, always perennially a great franchise when it comes to Indiana high school football, and no secret about that. They're very excited to have Tyler Bruce at the helm as Coach Call has moved on. Familiar face for the Plainfield Quakers as well, the same guy we've called for many years, in fact, every year that we've broadcast Plainfield football, Brian Woodard. And boy, what a great program he has, and it's all going to come down to the arm of Ben Slayton, as he is a guy that we've talked about since he was a freshman, now a junior, and he can really put up some big numbers, and he will be the key in the cog tonight for the Plainfield Quakers if they are going to be victorious. taking a look ahead, we're not even through, haven't even started tonight, but we're going to take a look ahead. Next week, a barn burner of a ball game. It's going to be a Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchup as the Avon Orioles travel to Hamilton Southeastern to take on the Royals. And yours truly, Rob Kendall, will have the call the action there. And that is a game that traditionally for years, when it was a 10-team Hoosier Crossroads Conference, was the season opener. Every year, those two teams, two of the best in the state, and they're going to collide next Friday night, 7 o'clock, Avon and Hamilton Southeastern, right here on 98.9 WYRZ, as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football. We're going to hear from Kevin in just a moment as we are winding down our pregame show. Still about 9.5 minutes up on the clock. Some programming notes for you. We do want to remind you, coming up after the game tonight, Kurt David, he's taking you back. Normally it's the 80s at 8, not during football season. It's the 80s whenever football season, the football game comes to an end. And Kurt will be doing that tonight, probably about 10 o'clock once we bid adieu here tonight on 98.9 WYRZ. Now, Colin, you got all these kids, the Plainfield youth football players that line the field. Did they do that for Chittard? Because you guys are a private school, so there's
they didn't really do much. They sometimes had CYO night or something like that, but there really was nothing like this.
That's a pretty cool thing as a player to look out there and run through that tunnel. They formed a tunnel there on the south end of the field under the Go Red Pride banner. And, of course, we want to thank the fabulous athletic staff out here at Plainfield High School. They do a phenomenal job year in and year out taking care of us. I was out here at this field yesterday testing the internet, making sure everything was taken care of. They had a slate of guys out here helping us out to make sure that we could bring you Plainfield High School football all year long, especially these home games, bring you the video webcast on Audio Sports Online as well as the simulcast on 98.9 WYRZ tonight. The Plainfield Band heading out onto the field now as in full gray tops, gray hats, black pants, and I think here in just a moment we're going to have our national anthem. Before we do that, we do want to remind you, don't forget, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Nicole taking you back to the 70s at 7, the 70s dance party. Chance to get off the couch and onto the dance floor. Enjoy your favorite 70s music. The 70s dance party with Nicole right here on 98.9 WYRZ. And speaking of Saturday programming, 8:30 tomorrow. That sounds early, but it's really not. You can hear yours truly, Rob Kendall, along with Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt. And the program is Capitol Happenings. We take you inside Indiana government. And this week, our special guest, State Treasurer Kelly Mitchell, talking about the Text 911 law. We now rise for the playing of our national anthem. The Plainfield Marching Band with our national anthem for tonight's broadcast. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Kendall along with Colin Aycock tonight from Plainfield High School, where the Tri-West Bruins travel to take on the Plainfield Quakers. And we welcome in, looking very nice tonight. Not to say you don't normally look nice, Kevin Kersey of the Kevin Kersey Agency. How's it going?
It's going good, So I'm running a little behind tonight.
That's all right. How was the trip?
Good.
You said you sent me an urgent text that said getting gas or I'm pushing the car.
That was my dilemma. I had to pick one of the two. I chose to get gas. So
Kevin, every time I go on Facebook and I see you're doing something in the community. Like, what is it this week?
So this week, what did we do? We were at the Big Go Block Party earlier this week in Brownsburg. Yeah. And we'll actually be at Williams Park for the Bow Wow Bash on Sunday.
Oh, that's the dogs thing.
That's correct. And so what we do is one of the things we're promoting right now is we're actually raising money for the Brownsburg Canine Unit.
Excellent.
And what we're hoping to do is expand that to all the other towns in Hendricks County, Danville, Plainfield, and Avon, as well as the Hendricks County Sheriff's Department. And eventually we're trying to grow the program to where we adopt a dog in each department.
That's fabulous. Yeah, I get to speak with Kevin Kersey. Yeah, and I could speak that having been on the Brownsburg Town Council, how expensive those dogs are. I mean, yeah. I think my dog's expensive, Bruce and Poppy. You know, the canine dogs are a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 2 Chihuahuas, and those combined eat about 1 month's worth of supplies of what it costs to keep one of these German Shepherds going.
Yeah, and the other thing with that is they got to train them, of course, to sniff the drugs and everything else. So that's a really fabulous. You have Chihuahuas?
I have 2 Chihuahuas.
Is that right?
Yes.
You strike me as like a bloodhound hunter.
You know, that's my vice. I kind of have this thing where big dogs go outside, little dogs come inside. But then again, I have a lab that sleeps on the bed. So go figure.
Now, again, speaking with Kevin Kersey. You live in Brownsburg, you work in Brownsburg, but you do community stuff all over Hendricks County.
Yes, yeah, we're actually working to expand that. So our marketer, Cassie, working in our office, her goal is to expand our marketing so that not only we're helping Brownsburg and various other areas of Hendricks County, but that we get some targeted approaches to each town in Hendricks County and continue to support. Really, it's kind of my puppies and children phenomenon.
Again, speaking with Kevin Kersey, as the Plainfield Quakers now run onto the field, and they are joined by the cheerleaders that spell out the red pride with the signs. There's nothing like high school football, is there, Kevin?
I was last week with Marcus. It's like this is what it's all about. I say fall, it's still summer, but Friday night football. Being born and raised in Texas, this is. It's just like it's a feeling. It's just you wake up Friday morning. It's football Friday night.
Yeah, and obviously beautiful weather tonight. Somewhere where there's not beautiful weather is in Texas, which I know you've got quite an affinity for the state of Texas.
Yeah, actually, it's hitting right around my hometown.
Oh man,
coming right in.
It just looks awful down there.
Yeah, so they're bracing for it, and we've been real fortunate the past years down the Gulf Coast and in my region, but. Yeah, this is the first time in about a decade they're getting hit head on.
Yeah, and it really does underscore the need to always be prepared.
That's correct. Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's actually like right where you said that's right where you were from.
Yeah, it is. It's coming right in just the other side of Corpus Christi. I mean, again, you never know. It could come in and take a turn. Hurricanes do that, so.
Well, Kevin, we want to thank you for all you do for the community, and thanks for helping us be out here on Friday nights.
Hey, my pleasure.
All right, Kevin Kersey. Of course, this is the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football right here on 98.9 WYRZ. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock. That was Kevin Kersey. Tonight is the Plainfield Quakers playing host to the Tri-West Bruins. And both teams now on the field. The Bruins returning as well. And did you ever do the coin toss, Colin? Did they ever ask you to go out and do the coin toss?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
I mean, you were senior. You were well thought of.
No, that was for the guys that we're making the plays.
Now, if you were, would there have been a strategy to it? I always wondered, do you go with the same thing every time? Would you always go with
me personally, or what the head coach does?
Yeah,
the head coach tells you what he wants.
Oh, he tells you.
He tells you everything he wants. He wants you to say.
Okay.
Personally, my preference is heads, but
now in Madden, because you're a Madden expert, right? That's the game. That's the football game that you play
that's
religiously.
The game of choice.
Yeah. Do they have the coin toss in Madden, or
yeah.
Okay? And you always go with heads.
Always.
Okay. Well, Tri-West, Plainfield, we don't know what they're going to call, but Tri-West will end up kicking off, and that's all you need to know. So Plainfield will receive the ball to begin the game. And, Plainfield, as we talked about, Colin, we were talking about the drive over here. Slayton can throw it. He'll throw it early. He'll throw it often. And that's a little different than what Plainfield's had in the past. They've always been a ground and pound sort of team under Brian Woodard. But when you got a guy like Slayton back there, let it fly.
Definitely a dangerous quarterback. Definitely has an arm. You're going to see the ball going all over the field, something you never saw at Chittard, so it's nice to see.
Yeah, you guys were literally 3 yards in a cloud of dust over there at Chittard because you guys still play on a grass field, right?
No, we don't have a home field, so we kind of travel to other schools. They're working on it, but we never had a home field. New head coach is a little different, but...
All right, so back to receive the kick. It'll be Logan Burden for the Plainfield Quakers, as well as Colin Dorsett, 27 and 29, respectively. And the Tri-West Bruins are getting ready to come onto the field. The Bruins will kick off. Quakers will move from right to left on your radio dial or computer screen, wherever you're tuned in from, or south to north if you're more of a geographical person. And kicking it off for the Bruins tonight, it will be number 99, Alex King. And Colin's going to do a phenomenal job following the ball for us tonight on Audio Sports Online. We certainly appreciate that. You're the best. I was told you were an Indiana All-Star. You did this so well. So, no pressure. And
none felt.
Now, the one thing you'll notice, too, and you'll hear it from time to time, the planes flying overhead. We're very near the Indianapolis International Airport. I just saw one go overhead. And we are set to go. King's going to put the foot into it. There it is. It's a line drive kick. It'll bounce. It'll be taken at the 10, across the 15 to the 20, 25 to the 30. Room to run up across the 30, all the way to about the 32-yard line. And I believe that was Burden with the return. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Plainfield Quakers, wearing the home reds, white letters and numbers, white pants, red stripes along the side of the pants. Bruins in the road whites, gold helmets, blue letters and numbers, blue pants. 2 receivers wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Ben Slayton, the 6'1" junior, working out of the shotgun single back formation. Nearly got the Bruins offsides that time, and now Slayton will look back. He's got number 21, Dawson Anderson, in the backfield with him, returning as a senior. As Slayton now back to look, well, he's waiting, taking his time now. And now there's a whistle, flags fly, and we may have a delay of game. We do. It looked like he was taking an exorbitant amount of time, and Colin looked to be some confusion that time on when the play clock actually started.
Definitely a little bit. I mean, there's always a little bit of miscommunication and something like that on that first play, but got to just come back from it.
All right, now 1st down and 10, or 15, I should say, as Slayton still working out of the shotgun. And snap, back to pass. Nope, now he is going to throw it. Got a man on the near side of the field. Caught across the 30 up near the 34. That was number 30, Nathan Dennison, with the reception. Picks up about 7 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down. And they're going to call it 7, so they'll give him 8 on the reception, ball up to the 35. Quickly, Plainfield back, snap. Little screen pass, caught, far side of the field. Room to run across the 40, up near the 45, and a 1st down for the Plainfield Quakers. And that was number 8 that time, Gavin Jacobs, with the reception. 1st down and 10 for the Quakers. Clock moving. Snap, back to pass, steps up, looking. He's going to run with it. He's hit and dropped, and he's going to be pushed back. A big loss on the play, all the way back to the 41-yard line. And so nice job by Tri-West that time. I believe that was number 31 in there on the sack column. That was Joshua Williams. So It'll bring up second down and long now. 10:55 and counting left to go in the first quarter of action. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock bringing you Plainfield and Tri-West. Quakers picked up a first down, but now find themselves facing second and long. Heavy stack to the left side of the field. Snap. There's a little end around to Anderson. He's got room to run. Cuts it back to the 45. Gets the initial line of scrimmage. Leans forward. And now we'll be facing a third and about 8 from the 47-yard line. You're so fired, you're rehired. Third down and 8. Out of the shotgun. There's the snap, little end around. He's got midfield, very close to a first down, going to be dropped about a couple yards short. And that time it was, I believe, you're going to see as the bodies unpile there, if that was number 23 on the end around, Brandon Denbrook with the run, I believe, although it's a little hard to tell there. And now fourth down and about a yard to go from the 46-yard line, and Plainfield is going to go for it. So big decision early on by Brian Woodard and company. As Slayton looking in, 9:30 and counting. Out of the shotgun. Snap. There's the give. Anderson lowers the shoulder. He's close. It's going to depend on a spot, and it looks like with the spot he does have enough for the first down. So just a little delayed handoff there, and it was enough for the first down. First down for the Plainfield Quakers. So the gamble by Brian Woodard early on pays off. Quickly, Plainfield back to the line of scrimmage. Moving from right to left on your computer screen or radio dial. Snap, back to pass, steps up, Slayton fires. Oh, nearly picked off. It was off the hands of Mason Burgess on the far side of the field. Incomplete pass. And calling that one could have been a pick six.
Definitely could have been. Didn't have anybody else on that side to stop him.
So it'll bring up second down now. 3 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Anderson, the lone man in the backfield, and he will work out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass, steps, screen pass, got a man caught near side of the field, and he is hit and dropped by a host of Tri-West tacklers. No gain on the play. That was Gavin Jacobs with the reception, probably lost a couple of yards. And I'll tell you what, Colin, Tri-West, always a great fundamental team, really wrapped up well that time.
Definitely did. Brandon Van Slyke was right there, ready to, he sniffed it out from the start, was ready to make that hit.
All right, let's see what happens. Now they've got to get to the 33-yard line for Plainfield. 3 receivers wide to the left, wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Slayton, empty backfield, shotgun. Back to pass, steps up, has time, flushed out. He's going to run with it. He's got the fort. Now he's going to throw it over. Shot the intended receiver, incomplete, and a flag flies. And I think that's going to be an illegal forward pass there, Colin.
Yeah, he was a little bit past that line of scrimmage.
That's being very kind. It is going to be a penalty on the Quakers, but the Bruins will likely decline this here, as it'll bring up fourth down with the incomplete pass. Yeah, they are going to decline it. So Plainfield will send the punt unit on. The drive stalls with 8:29 left to go in the first quarter of action. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock bring you tonight's game between Plainfield and Tri-West. The Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football on 98.9 WYRZ. And into kick it away for the Plainfield Quakers, it'll be number 33, Tyler Maple. And Maple will kick. I'm sorry, they accept the penalty. It's a loss of down with that penalty, so they're going to go ahead and take it. And now the Quakers will kick it away. There's the snap. And it is a high, short kick. It'll hit at the 20. It'll take a bounce inside the 15. Good bounce for the Quakers. Still rolling inside the 15 down to about the 12. And it'll bring up first down and 10 for the Tri-West Bruins. Good drive by the Quakers that time, Colin, but it's stalled out.
Definitely got to love Slayton's desire to try to make that play there, though.
Yeah, so now it'll bring up first down and 10 for Tri-West. Ball at the 12-yard line. 8:17 left to go in the first quarter. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, right here at 98.9 WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. And now here come the Bruins. They're going to flank 2 men in the backfield, split back formation, 1 receiver wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. And here we go. Snap is low. There's the give. Busts it free to the far side of the field. Room to run across the 20 and very near a first down. That was number 34, Samuel Fulton, a junior. And Fulton has a first down for the Bruins. Number 11, Luke Robertson, a sophomore, is the quarterback for Tri-West tonight. Again, Tri-West in the road white uniforms, blue letters and numbers, blue pants. And they certainly looked good on that first one as the ball up to the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Tri-West. Split back formation, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Snap. Another give is to Fulton, barrels ahead, and he's got a couple of yards that time. Up near the about the 27, maybe the 28. And now they're going to put it down right at the 26. Second down for the Bruins, and 6 yards to go, 7:20 left to play in the first quarter of action. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock bringing you the call of tonight's game. Out of the shotgun, that's number 11, Robertson. Split back formation, snap, back to pass. Has time, little screen pass, got a man caught. Room to run across the 40, and that is a first down and then some for Tri-West. That was number 18, I believe, Tyler Watson, with the reception. First down, Tri-West. So they are looking very good early on in the contest. Ball spotted right at the 40. And so it's first down and 10 for the Bruins. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 man to the left. Split back formation. Out of the shotgun. Snap, play action, flushed out, hit and dropped all the way back at the 30. And Colin, that was Caleb Bohr on the sack. Nice job that time. He pretty much came untouched around the end there.
He got right off that snap and was ready to hit that quarterback. Smelled blood right away.
Yep, first down loss for the Bruins. And now it'll bring up a second down and long for Tri-West. 6 minutes left to play in the first quarter of action. And one thing we'll say about both of these teams, like many high schools now, they use a no huddle, so they'll move quick. So we anticipate a quick game tonight. Out of the shotgun, split back formation, snap. There's the stretch play to Fulton, takes it to the far side of the field, turns the corner, hit and dropped after a gain of about 3. So it'll bring up third and long for the Tri-West Bruins. Now Plainfield bringing on their third down defense. Just 3 guys down there, Colin, for the Quakers on that front right now.
I mean, it's third and long, so you're definitely going to go with more DBs, just cover it and get them to a fourth down situation because they're not going to pick it up running usually.
They need to get all the way to the 50, so right to midfield, and they're currently at the 33. Man goes in motion, 2 receivers wide, and that's going to be an illegal procedure. Yeah, he went up and then went sideways, and you can't go up. And the illegal procedure that time was on number 18, Tyler Watson. So Watson commits the infraction. That'll move him all the way back to the 27. So now we're looking at a third down and about 23. They're going to put it at the 28, so third down and 22 with 4:45 left to play in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, single back formation, snap back to pass, flushed out, rolling to the right side, rolling, throwing down the field. It is incomplete. Had a man break open. That was number 3, Logan Blake, but he could not corral the ball. Would have been well short of the first down anyway. And now the Bruins stall after a first down, a couple of first downs. So Colin Meir drives that time. Tri-West and Plainfield, 2 first downs, and then punts.
I mean, sometimes it just fizzles out. You think you're getting something going, but you just need to get keep the mojo going and get it right.
There's the punt. It's a line drive kick. Fair catch called for, made at the 37-yard line, and that was number 27 that time with the fair catch, Logan Burden. So Burden makes the call, and Plainfield will come back on the field. 4:26 left to play in the first quarter of action. No score on the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football on 98.9 WIRZ and also on AudioSportsOnline.com. Don't forget, if you're a fan of Audio Sports Online or Plainfield football fan, we bring you the Brian Woodard Show every Monday. Your chance to catch up with the head coach of the Plainfield Quakers, Brian Woodard. We have the podcast up Monday nights here on AudioSportsOnline.com. Out of the shotgun, Slayton. Back to pass. Play action, throws, got a man caught, middle of the field, and that's very close to first down. Pushed ahead across midfield, still going, and it's a first down. That time, Gavin Jacobs with the reception into Tri-West territory.
That extra push there was really key to making that first down happen there.
First down and 10. Good call, Colin. Absolutely nice blocking by the Quakers that time to move that Bruins pile. Out of the shotgun. Split receiver set. Give us to Anderson. He'll lower the shoulder, bounces off one tackle, and then hit at the 45 and dropped, so a gain of about 3 on first down. You know, when you do a play like that, Colin, I would gather you're not looking for a big play, but just a chance to show a little muscle, move the pile a little bit.
Just get a couple yards on first down. I mean, maybe you do get it there, but you just want to get a couple yards, get the flow going there.
Pass, got a man caught far side of the field, very close to a first down. Nice reception that time, brought down by a host of Bruins. It was number 8 again, Gavin Jacobs, the go-to man so far for Slayton. It's very close to a first down, no signal yet. Officials will look it over, and now they will say it's about a half a football short. So it'll bring up third and very, very short for the Plainfield Quakers. Again, Hendricks County matchup tonight. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock here on 98.9 WIRZ as the Tri-West Bruins and Plainfield Quakers doing battle. Plainfield moving into Tri-West territory. No score. Snap. There's the give to Anderson. Breaks one tackle. Leans forward. Still going. They push the pile again, Colin, and that should be enough for a first down.
Definitely got to love to see the offensive lineman coming back into that play and just making something work, even though it didn't look like it was going to.
Yeah, Tavian Gadia is in the ball game now, number 13 for the Quakers, and he was a huge spark plug many times last year, and now there's movement up front by the Quakers. Let's see if he was drawn to the false start. He was not. It's a false start on Plainfield, and that'll move him back 5 yards. Nothing kills those drives faster than an unforced error. And now the Quakers will send in some new personnel. We've got 3 minutes and counting left to go in the first quarter. As offset eye in the backfield, man up tight, left side, 2 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Snap. There's the give. It's Gadia. Leans ahead, and boy, he lowers that shoulder, gets the lost yardage back, and maybe picked up, about 5-yard gain there that time, down to the 36. It'll bring up second down and 10. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 1 man in the backfield. Snap. Play action. Pumps, throws. Got a man caught. He'll lean ahead. Gets a couple yards on the play. That's Jacobs. And now it'll bring up third down and long for the Quakers.
Tri-West is really doing a great job against these screens, really sniffing them out and just stopping them. Anytime Plainfield wants to try to go screen, they're getting it.
2 receivers to the right. Now 3 receivers to the right. 1 man to the left. And we haven't seen Slayton take a shot down the field yet. Let's see if he does. Colin, have that camera ready. Rolls right, rolls, throws, got a man, caught, and it's going to be, no, it's dropped. Boy, he had it. And it would have been short of the first down anyway. It was Mason Burgess, the intended receiver. And Colin, here it's 4th and long. Is this? It's probably too long for a field goal, so it looks like they are going to send the punt unit on. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Maple's going to punt it away. He'll stand all the way back in his own territory at the 49. And let's see for Tri-West, Ryan Starnes back there, as well as Logan Blake for the Bruins. There's the snap. And it's going to be, he is going to kick it. He ran with it like he was going to fake it. It's a pooch kick, and it's a bad kick, and it'll sail out of bounds. And that was not what Brian Woodard wanted that time, I don't think, Colin.
I think it was definitely just trying to keep it out of the end zone on that one. Just try to get it to maybe get it to the corner. See if you can try to get a roll down into that corner. But
yeah, he shanked it off his foot, and they're going to put the ball at the 30-yard line. So about a 6-yard punt that time for the Quakers.
I think that was the purpose of the rollout. Just didn't quite work how you wanted it to.
Yeah, and it looked like they would have probably been better off in hindsight trying to fake it, because he would have been able to run further than he kicked it that time. But we'll see what happens here as it's 1st down and 10 for Tri-West. Snap, there's the give, little end around near side of the field, and going nowhere. Costa Quakers in there on the tackle that time. Tyler Watson, the running back. Loss of about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. 2nd and long coming up. And Colin, both of these defensive lines early on really flexing their muscles.
Definitely getting good penetration, just wanting to stop the run, letting them know that if you want to beat us, you're gonna have to try to go long. But both teams are still feeling them out, trying to go run, just see if they can get some type of run play to work.
Garrett Lee, the senior for Plainfield, 375 pounds of him, number 76, taking up a lot of space on the ball. There's the snap, little give, draw play, and that's going nowhere too. Plainfield once again controls the defensive line, and with 59 seconds to play in the first quarter, it's going to be 3rd and long for the Bruins. Clock continuing to move. Very quick first quarter. Only taken 20 minutes so far. And the Bruins quickly coming back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long. Robertson out of the shotgun. Split back formation. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap. Back to pass. Little screen. It's short. The intended receiver was Fulton. He wouldn't have been able to go anywhere anyway. And with 32 and a half seconds to play in the first, the Bruins are going to punt it away to the Quakers.
That D-line did a great job of keeping them contained and just making them try to make a throw that really wasn't there.
So here we go. Bruins will kick it away. And I believe that is number 27 back there. That is Logan Burden. Snap, it is caught at the 40. Bird breaks a tackle, room to run along the sidelines across midfield before being pushed out of bounds. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for Plainfield once again in Tri-West territory, all the way down to the 46. Beautiful night from Plainfield High School. And the first 2 weekends of high school football, beautiful as an understatement, and that's pretty unusual. Usually these first couple weeks are very hot, sometimes some rain, sometimes some severe weather, but not so far in 2017. 2 receivers wide to the right. Now a 3rd man joins the Quakers. 1 man to the left, shotgun formation, single man in the backfield. Snap, back to pass. Slayton pumps, has time, throwing down the field, going for a man. It's overshot, incomplete. And the intended receiver that time was number 14, Cade Ritter. It'll bring up 2nd down and long for the Quakers. Two receivers wide to the right, 2 men to the left. Shotgun formation in the backfield. Snap, play action, looking, throwing, got a man caught. It's short across the 40, and gain of about 6 yards that time as the intended receiver was number 80. The receiver was number 80, Tice Farrell, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 yards to go as that brings us to the end of the first quarter as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Hendricks County High School football tonight here on 98.9 WYRZ as well as Audio Sports Online. Tonight's broadcast underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency of Brownsburg, Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air, UPS, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Crane Credit Union, Wicker Construction, Gunnell and Kinnaman LLP, Jimmy John's, KG Enterprises, and Hoosier Tent and Party Rental. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock. 1 quarter in the books, Colin. Defense struggle.
Defense wins championships out here.
And you would know about that winning one at Chittard.
Definitely was a defense that kept us in a lot of games, made us in a lot of games.
What was a bigger thrill, winning a state championship or being an Indiana All-Star?
Probably just state championship, honestly. I mean, you spend the whole year working towards that. You spend the whole summer working towards that. You spend all that time, and to see it all come to fruition, there's no better feeling. And definitely blessed to have been both, though.
So just a reminder, coming up next week, we're going to have Avon traveling to Hamilton Southeastern to take on the Royals on 98.9 WYRZ. And we'll tell you a little bit about what both of these teams have coming up next week. You'll be able to hear those broadcasts on audiosportsonline.com. Thank you very much. We'll have some stats for you here in just a moment as well from the first quarter. And right now the Quakers are back on the field facing a 3rd and about 4. Snap. Play action, Slayton rolling right side, rolling, throwing on the run. Got a man call, was caught and dropped, would have been a first down. And that was Gavin Jacobs, the intended receiver. So for Plainfield, Dawson Anderson, the leading rusher, four times for 15 yards. Ben Slayton, of course, the leading passer, 8 times for 49 yards. He was sacked once. For Tri-West, Luke Robertson, the leading passer, 3 attempts, 1 of 3 for 13 yards. And Samuel Fulton, 3 runs for 17 yards, the leading rusher for the Bruins. Not a whole lot of offense in that first quarter. Snap, back to pass, 4th down, now a little stretch play to Anderson. He's going to have the first down, cuts it back inside the 35, down to the 32, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Quakers, moving from left to right into Tri-West territory.
Definitely a gutsy call there, but it's a call that can definitely make your drive happen there.
And I would guess it gives these players a little bit more momentum as well.
I mean, you just know that you can do it. If you can get it on 4th down, I mean, that's the hardest down in football. So if you can get it there.
Little screen pass caught, far side of the field. Breaks a tackle, gets inside the 30, down to about the 26. That was Jacobs. And so Jacobs redeems himself after dropping that pass a couple plays ago, and a nice gain on 1st down. 2nd down and 4. 11 minutes and 17 seconds left to play in the first half of action. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, there's the give. And Gadia breaks a tackle, barrels ahead, all the way down to about the 16-yard line. 1st down, Plainfield, and they are moving the football.
Really wasn't even fazed by that first hit.
Yeah, he ran right over the Tri-West defender. We saw him do that a lot last year as a sophomore, and he obviously picking it right back up where he left off as a junior. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Snap, pass, got a man caught inside the 10. Nice catch that time on the far side of the field. I believe that was number 14, Cade Ritter. It was, and Ritter will bring it down to about the, they're going to put it inside the 10, about the 9-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd down now.
That play really shows Slayton's arm talent. I mean, you have a DB right there ready to pick it, but he got it right to Ritter.
2nd down, snap, give is to Anderson. Barrels ahead, he's inside for the score. Touchdown, almost went untouched. And a nice job by the Plainfield line. And with 10:15 left to play in the first half of action, Plainfield on the board first tonight. They lead it 6-0 over Tri-West. Again, I want to thank Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios. Hold that thought. Snap, spot, kick is up, kick is good. And it is a 7-0 lead. And that was for Plainfield, number 98, Harris Nichols. He is a freshman with the kick that time. And, of course, Plainfield has had a great kicking game for many years now. And so the long line of kickers there. Again, I want to thank Shane Rayback in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios, pressing the buttons tonight to hopefully keep us on the air throughout our broadcast. Thank Jason Dozier back in the Audio Sports Online studios for keeping track of the games as well. And pretty much a perfect drive. Thank you very much. That time by Plainfield. Updated stats for you. Dawson Anderson now 6 rushes, 31 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest one was 9. And receiving Gavin Jacobs, 6 receptions, 34 yards. Longest one 14. Ben Slayton now 10 of 14, 63 yards. His long of 14. So not killing him deep, Colin, but very accurate for the junior quarterback for Plainfield.
definitely making the throws he needs to make. I mean, that fourth down there, like I said, fourth down can give you a lot of momentum on a drive, and they scored after getting that fourth down.
So it'll bring up the kickoff for the Quakers and kicking it away. By the way, we do want to thank the Plainfield football staff here. They are phenomenal. So on time on these stats, best in the business. Brigham Anderson, a junior, will do the kickoff. So a different kicker, extra point, field goal kicker than somebody doing the kickoffs. And now whistle and a stoppage of plays. A breeze beginning to pick up here at Plainfield High School. Got a chance to see Brian Woodard down on the field before the game. Talk with him very quickly. What a great guy. And now here we go. There's the kick. It's a high kick, short. It'll be taken at about the 13, across the 20, comes back to the middle of the field, room to run, ahead across the 30, spins out of a tackle before being pushed back, and that was number 4 for the Bruins, Ryan Starnes, with the return. So Starnes gets it back near the 30. They're actually going to spot him down at about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line there. And it'll bring up first down and 10 for the Bruins. Split back formation as Robertson will make the snap. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 to the right. Split back formation in the backfield. Snap. There's a little misdirection give that time. It was 18 Tyler Watson with the run. No gain that time. And Colin Tri-West having a lot of trouble moving that front line for Plainfield.
I mean, that defensive line of Plainfield is just getting there right off the snap. They're so quick. I mean, blocking guys that quick, that strong is very hard to do at this level.
Yeah, so it brings up second and long for Tri-West. Of course, Tri-West 3A, so a little bit smaller than Plainfield. But that hasn't mattered in the Bruins' history. They have taken on a lot of bigger foes and come out victorious, and we knew this would be a good one here tonight. Snap is low and falls on it. Robertson falls on it in the backfield. And it's really interesting, Colin. A lot of guys graduating last year for the Bruins. They had that team that had a phenomenal regular season before coming up a little bit short in the postseason.
Yep, we faced them, and they gave us everything they had, and we managed to make it happen.
Yeah, that was a great game between Chittard and Tri-West last year in the playoffs as both teams won in week 1 of the playoffs, and then Tri-West falling, I believe that was in week 2. Of course, we covered the Bruins all last year, Peyton Hendershot and that great group. But now there's a pass going down the field, and it's incomplete. Overshot the intended receiver, number 4 that time, Starnes. And as Colin said, a very phenomenal game between Chittard and Tri-West last year. I think Chittard, you were coming afterwards. Maybe a little surprised you guys came out on the upper end of that one because Tri-West had such a great regular season.
They had a great regular season, but that was the playoffs. Those first couple weeks and the last couple weeks of the season was where we really we're starting to hit our stride. Had some troubles at the start of the season just getting the blocking and everything, but we definitely had a great game against them.
There's the punt. It will not be returned. It'll sail across midfield to the 48. Now call it the 47. So Plainfield once again taking over the good field position. Colin, Plainfield's had good field position every time they've touched the ball. It makes it easier to score.
I mean, like I said, defense wins championships. If your defense can keep them pinned to where they were when they got the ball, you're going to get the ball in great position. You don't have any guys out here who can kick 100 yards, so...
Yeah, 8:37 left to play in the first half. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock bringing you tonight's Kevin Kersey Agency presents Hendricks County High School football on 98.9 WYRZ. 7-0 Quakers lead it. They've got the ball. They're moving from left to right on your computer screen or radio dial. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun snap. There's the give. Gadia has it, barrels ahead, and takes a couple tacklers with him. Picks up a hard 5 yards. There's no easy tackle on this guy.
Definitely not. He's a big guy who's not afraid to just lower his shoulder.
Yeah, and Plainfield with all sorts of offensive weapons this year, as we saw in that Week 1 game against Avon, even though they came up on the short end of the scoreboard, showed what they could do against even a bigger school. And offset eye in the backfield. Now man goes in motion. from left to right. Give is to Gotti again. Breaks it free. Center of the field. First down as he lowers the shoulder, leaping ahead down to about the 41-yard line.
Definitely has the quick feet there to make that type of play happen a lot.
Plainfield in the road red jerseys, white letters and numbers, white pants, red stripes. Tri-West, the visitors, they're in the road white jerseys, blue letters and numbers, traditional gold helmets, blue pants. Snap, little end around. Oh, no, flea flicker. They're going to throw it back to Slayton. He caught it, and he's going to run out of one tackle and is taken down. That one didn't work right, and it's a good thing that he didn't throw that ball, Colin, because that was definitely a forward pass to him. That meant to be a backwards pass from Anderson, but that was some confusion there, some mis-execution, and a big loss on the play for Plainfield all the way back to the 47.
Honestly, a little surprised because it looked like he definitely got his dragged down by a horse collar on that one. So
you're right. And when you're the only guy out there in the field, I was a little surprised they didn't call it. But two receivers are left, two to the right. Second down and 16 now. Snap there's to give to Anderson, center of the field, room to run. Breaks it free, across the 40, on his feet, down to the 35, maybe the 34, and it'll bring up 3rd and 3 now for the Plainfield Quakers. 6:55 left to play in the first.
That kid has no quit in him on these runs.
Yeah, absolutely a great job that time. And again, so many weapons, Gadia and Anderson and, of course, Slayton and now Jacobs in the receiving core. So a lot of different options for the Quakers right now. Snap there's to give to Anderson. He takes it left side, lowers the shoulder, has the first down inside the 30, down to about the 29-yard line. And it'll be first down and 10 for Plainfield. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Out of the shotgun, single back formation, offset man in tight left side. Give again to Anderson, goes straight ahead, inside the 25, down to about the 24. And he'll go from the shadows to the sunshine as they move deeper into Tri-West territory. Clock continuing to run, 6:10 and counting. Snap. Gadia barrels ahead, takes several tacklers with him, and he's got a first down inside the 20, down to the 16.
Both these backs are a little bit different style runner, but when it comes to finishing the run, they both finish every single run.
Yeah, they are just owning the line of scrimmage right now, and a whistle, and we've got a stoppage of play and a timeout called by Tri-West. So 5:52 left to play in the first half of action. It is a 7-0 Plainfield lead, and they are knocking on the door again against the Tri-West Bruins. What do you do if you're Tri-West, Colin? I mean, not much you can do when they're moving the line like that.
You got to change something up. You got to get your guys to just strengthen up and make them throw the ball, because they are just running the ball at will at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if Tri-West has an answer, because especially on the offensive side of things, Plainfield defensively is just owning the line of scrimmage. However, a lot of time left in the ball game, and so we will see what happens. But Tri-West better get it together and fast here tonight on 98.9 WYRZ, as well as AudioSportsOnline.com. And we welcome all of those of you, whether you're watching tonight on Audio Sports Online or you're listening via radio dial at 98.9 WYRZ. Two receivers to the right, one man to the left. Out of the shotgun, man in tight right side. Snap, give, Gadia ahead, room to run. He's inside the 10, down to about the... Well, they're going to put him right at the 10, so nice get. Plainfield right now, Colin, just appears content to, we're not going to throw the ball until somebody stops the run.
Definitely looks like that. Gadia picking up right where he left off before that timeout. He wanted to go to the end zone right before the timeout happened, but he's going.
Snap, Anderson takes it right side. Now they'll get him gain of about a yard on the play. So it'll bring up third down and short. And the other thing it does, it plays into Plainfield's hands. They like to do this. It shortens the game. Every time you run the ball, clock keeps moving, and it's less time your defense has to be out there. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Snap, Slayton, give. Anderson takes it ahead. He's got the first down. He's down around the 5, and that'll bring up first and goal for the Plainfield Quakers with 5 minutes left to play in the first half.
Right now they're definitely controlling the tempo of this game, and they get to do whatever they want to do. So if they can do that for the whole game, it's definitely going to be a difference maker.
Snap, Snap directly to Anderson, and he goes ahead, but we got a whistle, and I think we got a legal procedure. They did a direct snap to Anderson. I didn't see that time. Is Slayton on the field? Did he go in motion?
Slayton left the field to go to Wildcat formation. They brought an extra blocker in there.
So somebody got happy feet, though, and it was a legal procedure on the Quakers. That'll move them back 5 yards. 4:49 left to play in the first half, and it'll bring up first and goal from back at the 10 for Plainfield.
Interesting to see him go right back to that same Wildcat formation. They must like this play.
Yeah, and he's got room to run. He's inside the 5 and all the way down to about the 2. And I'll tell you what, one of the things Anderson does really well, Colin, is he takes his time and lets that hole develop. Looked like he was going in slow motion there.
He definitely has great vision for a back, and he can do what he wants and needs to do to make that play happen.
Out of the shotgun snap, Anderson going to keep it again, leans ahead, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Plainfield. 4:16 left to play in the first half, and it's now a 13-0 ball game in favor of the Plainfield Quakers.
They really believe in that Wildcat formation, calling that formation. They got to run it 2 times in a row, called the play 3 times in a row.
Now on to attempt the extra point, number 98, Harris Nichols. Snap spot, kick is up, the kick is good, and the Quakers extend the lead 14-0. 4:16 left to play in the first half. Kevin Kersey Agency presents high school football on 98.9 WYRZ, powered by Audio Sports Online. Tonight's game is underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency of Brownsburg, Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air, UPS, Panuni's Pizza and Wings, Crane Credit Union, Wicker Construction, Ganell and Kinnaman LLP, Jimmy John's, KG Enterprises, and Hoosier Tent and Party Rental. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock tonight as the Quakers now lead it by 2 scores.
Started out slow, a lot of defense, and Plainfield's really hitting their stride right now, figuring out how to change up the pace between the running backs.
So Plainfield now will kick it away. They'll kick it from left to right, and it'll be number 83 for the Quakers. Kicking it off, Brigham Anderson. And back to receive the kick for the Bruins is Ryan Starnes and number 3, Logan Blake. Here we go. Line drive kick. It'll hit at the 20, bouncing out of bounds on the far side of the field. And it'll be Tri-West ball in good field position.
This is probably one of the best starting field positions Tri-West has had today, so that can definitely give them some momentum here.
All right, so we got Ben Slayton now 10 of 14, 63 yards. Gavin Jacobs, 6 receptions, 34 yards. And Dawson Anderson, 13 rushes, 69 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight for the Quakers. 4:16 left to play in the first half. And again, we want to thank the Plainfield football staff. They are the best. Those stats, they're almost real time. It's amazing. It's amazing. They do a heck of a job. All right, here we go. 3 receivers stacked wide to the left for the Bruins, 1 to the right. Out of the shotgun goes Robinson. Snap is low. He'll pull it up. Pass is caught. Little short pass, and a nice gain that time, though, after the reception by Logan Blake. And Robertson to Blake is enough for a first down.
Definitely a great job of Robertson staying in there and keeping his composure and making that play.
Yeah, so now it's a first down and 10 out of the shotgun. Snap, give, little stretch, cuts back, and they look like they were going to do a stretch play that time, Colin, but he cut it back. Very short gain on the play. That was number 34, Fulton, with the run.
Plainfield's D-line picking up where they left off.
Second down and about 10 still, so no gain on the play. And again, big 76 for Plainfield tonight. That is Garrett Lee, all 375 pounds of him. He's 5'10", and he is owning that line of scrimmage so far in the first half for the Quakers. Coach, you might need to get him on the basketball team. he could set a pick for you or something. Snap, back to pass, throws, pass, tipped up, nearly intercepted, and it's an incomplete pass. The pass was intended for number 2, Bryce Hendershot, and he's going to have some big shoes to fill. Just a freshman, and that time I believe that was number 33 for Plainfield, Tyler Maple, on the defense that time. Great job.
DB was there to make the play. Just sometimes it doesn't go your way, but he was definitely in position to make it happen.
So 3rd down and long now for the Bruins. Ball's at the 46. 3 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass, steps up. Robertson flushed out, on the run, throws, got a man caught, and all sorts of room to run inside the 40 to the 35, and that was Starnes with the reception on the near side of the field. 1st down and 10 for the Tri-West Bruins.
Like I said, this quarterback has a lot of composure when he's faced with the rush, and he's making plays right now when he's faced with a difficult situation.
Here come the Bruins. 3 receivers to the right, 1 man to the left, out of the shotgun. 1 man flanked out in the backfield. Snap, back to pass, little stretch play, and the Bruins are hit and dropped. Fulton with the run that time, and that was 54 for Plainfield getting in there, making the tackle, Caleb Bohr. And I'll tell you what, Fulton has just had a hard time running the ball tonight for the Bruins. He has just, for whatever reason, when he has touched the football, they have struggled to move across the line of scrimmage.
Plainfield's D-line's just plugging up every single hole they're trying to get into.
Here come the Bruins back onto the field now, and 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. We're at the 2-minute mark. 2nd down and 14. Robertson out of the shotgun. Waits, takes his time, snap. There's the run, and again, they just try that little misdirection handoff to Fulton, and again, it goes nowhere. And, you know, Colin, another part of this may be that the Bruins don't want the Quakers to get the ball back with much time, and they're content to run some clock here.
That's definitely got to be a part of their strategy. They want to be the last team to score in this half, so they want to hold on to the ball, but they just need to do something here to get this drive going the way they want it to.
All right, now we got a whistle and a timeout. And a timeout going to be called, I believe, by the Bruins. As with 1:25 to play, it was timeout Tri-West. That's their 2nd timeout. It's 14-0 Plainfield. Colin, it's interesting because you say 14-0 Plainfield, but you feel like Plainfield should be up by like 3 or 4 scores right now. They've really dominated the football game, but Tri-West is right in it.
I mean, it was a slow first quarter for both teams, but Plainfield's definitely hitting their stride, and they're definitely poised to try to make it a 3-score game before the half is what they'd like to do, but you definitely have to give Tri-West credit for getting the ball to where they're at right now, and they hope they can make something happen on this 3rd down.
So 1:25 to go in the first half. You're just tuning in. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, coming to you tonight from Plainfield High School. The Bruins trail the Quakers of Plainfield 14-0. It's 3rd down and 14 for Tri-West in Plainfield territory from the 37-yard line. Tri-West will come back onto the field now. Three receivers wide to the right. 1 man in tight left. Single back formation. Robertson out of the shotgun. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Has time. Going down the field. It's up and a flag flies. Incomplete. But Starnes wanted a flag. He got it and emphatically raised his hands. And I'll tell you what, Colin, it's a rough penalty for Plainfield because I don't think Starnes was going to catch that ball.
Yeah, I mean, definitely did a great job. Just made a small mistake on that play.
You were a quarterback. Did they ever tell you when? Was there ever a good time to, you were a defensive back, grab the jersey or?
I mean, I was a safety. It was always deepest and make the hit once the ball's getting there.
Time it up. They didn't time it correctly that time, so a big break for the Bruins. 1st down and 10. 1:19 to play in the first half. Here on 98.9 WIRZ as well as audiosportsonline.com. Somebody very happy won the 50-50. Not as happy as that lady that won the lottery the other night, though, but still a nice winnings. Can you
More
imagine?
than I won.
Can you imagine winning $757 million or $58 million? The screen pass tipped up. It's a live ball, but it falls incomplete. Little screen pass intended that time for Logan Blake.
Would make me a very happy man.
Well, can you imagine winning $757 million? I mean, other than taking Plainfield basketball coach Andy Weaver out for his favorite beverage at his favorite Plainfield establishment, I don't even know where I'd begin.
That's a little bit of money for a 19-year-old kid. Definitely can think of a couple ways to waste that money pretty quickly.
You know, Mark Cuban we'll talk about this here in a minute. Mark Cuban actually had a list of what you should do if you win the lottery because he's doing very well. Back to pass. Robertson has time, steps up, throwing down the field, and it is incomplete. Had a man open. That was Fulton in the back of the end zone, but overthrew it as it hit the goalpost. He actually had a list, and he said you should not take the lump sum. He said, "Don't."
I agree with that.
He said, "Take the payout."
It's like another form of income. So you ever lose a job, you still get.
Well,
you still have a paycheck coming in.
You ever lose a job, you've got your very nice lottery paycheck coming in. Now, would you work? Would you work if you won the lottery?
I would think of. I mean, probably. I would definitely also be thinking of ways to invest that money and make more money with it.
See, that's why you're going to be so successful. Snap, back to pass. Robertson. He's going to be hit and dropped. Huge hit that time by number 6, Herschel Blankenship, and a big sack with a minute to play in the first half.
Quarterback really did not even see him coming. Blankenship just came in and made the play that Plainfield needed him to make in that situation.
Wow, what a hit. And thankfully, Robertson gets up, walks off the field for the Bruins, as Robertson could have really been hurt. And now we've got a timeout called by Plainfield with 54 seconds left to play in the first half of action. And it looks like Tri-West is going to punt here. You know, at this point where you're at on the field, Colin, if you're Tri-West, you almost think about maybe going for it because what's the harm?
I mean, I definitely would think about it just because you still have to respect Slayton as a passer, but a majority of Plainfield's offense has come running the ball.
Now it looks like they've, not to cut you off there, but it looks like they've brought the defense back on the field as Plainfield. They were anticipating, it looked like, that the Bruins might go for it, but they have sent the punter on, number 99, Alex King, a senior for Tri-West, and King is going to punt the ball away. He'll stand back. I
think they just know it's better to protect themselves against a fake.
Yeah, they have nobody deep, do the Bruins, and there's the kick. He will get it away. It's a high end-over-end kick. It'll hit, and it'll bounce into the end zone. It hit at about the 3, but it bounced forward into the end zone, so the ball will move up to the 20, and that's where Plainfield will take control with 47.5 seconds left to go in the first quarter, or first half, I should say. They lead it by a score of 47.5 seconds to go. 14-0 is our score. Tri-West will have the ball to begin the second half, so they can get off the field here. They will they can get off the field. They can keep it at 2 scores and have a chance to get things going to start the second half, but we'll see. Plainfield quickly to the line of scrimmage now. 2 receivers to the right side. Snap, back pass. Slayton has time, throws to the near side of the field, and boy, nearly picked off as number 9 for the Bruins. That was Hunter D'Agostino. Had a beat on it, but could not come up with the ball. 43.5 seconds to play now. 4 seconds ran off the clock that time. Gotti is in the backfield. Colin, would you really be surprised if he ended up with the ball right now?
I think they're going to more so use him as a leak out.
There it is. There is the run to Gotti, and he is tripped up. The Bruins were not fooled. And Tri-West, with 1 timeout left, elects not to use it. And so Plainfield can basically wind this thing down to put it into the first half, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Took a shot down the field, then tried to catch him off guard and said, hey, we'll take a 2-score lead into the locker room, and they're going to let this clock wind all the way down. They can run it down to about 9 seconds if they want. Tri-West does have 1 timeout left. Oh, I checked that. My math was wrong. I'm sorry. They are going to be able to wind it into the locker room, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So 1/2 in the books, and it was all Plainfield, but they only lead it by 2 scores. It's 14-0, and we're going to hear from some of our underwriters for tonight's broadcast. Since 1968, the Kersey family has been helping customers with insurance needs. They have insurance coverage for homes, autos, and recreational vehicles. They're located at 408 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. Phone number is 317-286-3481. They're also found on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency at their website, farmersagent.com/K Kersey. The Kevin Kersey Agency is a member of the Farmers Insurance Group. And Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza, calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page as well as their website at panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, open till 11. Colin, what'd you think of that first half?
Definitely an interesting half to watch. I mean, it started out slow. You had Plainfield only had 20 yards rushing in the first half, and I mean, by the time they got to their first score, they were around 40 yards, and once they got to their second score, they were over 100 yards rushing. So they definitely started to pick up the pace there.
4:15 up on the clock as the marching band about to come out onto the field here at Plainfield High School. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air, thank you very much, is looking for employees with at least 2 years of experience as a journeyman plumber. More information can be found by calling 317-445-8399. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air is a supporter of community radio. And the new Plainfield UPS is now hiring part-time package handlers for 3 different shifts, morning, evening, and late night. Weekly retention bonus, tuition reimbursement, and benefits are available for all UPS employees. More information on applications for available positions and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. And Crane Credit Union in Plainfield offers loans, savings accounts, as well as online bill pay and banking. They're located at 905 Southfield Drive in Plainfield, and their office hours are Monday through Thursday 9 to 4, Saturdays 9 to 6, and Saturdays 9 to 12. More information can be found at cranecu.org, and their phone number is 317-838-8300. Crane Credit Union is a non-profit bank. And Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air is looking for employees with at least 2 years' experience as a journeyman plumber. More information can be found by calling 317-445-8399. Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air is a supporter of community radio. And for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes and remodeling projects. Wicker Construction works with the client to understand their lifestyle and construction needs. Their phone number is 839-8353, 317-839-8353. And Jimmy John's offers delivery and catering. They are located at 2683 East Main Street next to BW3s and open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 317-837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com. And Gunnell and Kinnaman, financial accounting, tax, and wealth managers, is available to answer questions you may have when it comes to retirement. Their phone number is 317-203-4433, and their email is info@gkfin.com. And Hoosier Tent and Party Rental is located at 101042 Bradford Road in Avon, has been serving Hendricks County with party rental supplies since 2001. Information can be found at 317-272-9746. All right, let's take a look at some stats from the first half. Rob Kendall, Colin Acott, coming to you tonight from Plainfield High School, where the Plainfield Quakers lead the Tri-West Bruins by a score of 14-0. And the Plainfield Marching Band getting ready to head on to the field now. For the Plainfield Quakers, Dawson Anderson, the leading rusher for the Quakers, 13 runs for 69 yards. He scored 2 touchdowns. He had a long run of 13. Also getting action was Davian Gadia, 7 runs, 39 yards, 9 runs, his long run. Ben Slayton, the only one who threw the ball for the Quakers in the first half, 10 of 15, 63 yards, 14 his long pass. And receiving, Gavin Jacobs led the way, 6 receptions, 34 yards, 14 the long. Also catching balls were Tice Farrell, Cade Ritter, and Brandon Denbrook for the Plainfield Quakers. On the kicking end of things, you had Logan Burden with 1 kick for 25 yards. And on punting, Tyler Maple punted twice for 46 yards, an average of 23 yards. Heading over to the visiting Tri-West Bruins, Samuel Fulton was the leading rusher. He had 6 runs for only 17 yards, a long run of 11. And other than that, he really struggled. He had 4 runs for losses, so his overall, or 4 total yards lost while running the ball, so his net was just 13 yards. Also getting runs was Luke Watson, the only other one in positive yardage, and Luke Robertson was sacked twice. Luke Robertson passing, 3 of 9, 44 yards. His long was a 20-yard reception. And receiving for the Tri-West Bruins, Ryan Starnes, 1 reception. He had the long of the half for the Bruins at 20 yards. Tyler Watson, 1 for 13, and Logan Blake, 1 for 11. So again, the score, a lot of times in sports, the score does not reflect the outcome of the game, but if you were to take that first half, you would say the score reflected the outcome of the game, 14-0. Plainfield. It was all Plainfield really from the get-go. They had the opening drive that stalled, and then after that it was pretty much all Quakers. They had to punt the ball on the second drive as well, and then they just pretty much marched down the field twice, putting the ball in the end zone. Tri-West had a couple of moves with the football, had it into Plainfield territory there on their final drive of the first half, but they stalled in Plainfield territory, and boy, they just really struggled to move the football. Much of that attributed to the Plainfield defensive line, in particular the big guy, number 76 for the Quakers. Oh man, I'll tell you what, he backed up that line from the opening snap all the way through the final one in the first half. And, of course, I'm talking about number 76, Garrett Lee, 5'10", 375, a senior. And now the Plainfield Marching Band, as I'm sure you can hear there in the background, has taken to the field. They're going through their halftime performance. Just a reminder, next Friday night we are heading to Hamilton Southeastern as the Avon Orioles take on the Royals. That is always a game that has huge implications in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Yeah, always those two teams vying near the top, and we're going to meet in Week 3 this year. Avon and HSE coming up next Friday. Pregame show 6:40, kickoff at 7 o'clock right here on 98.9 WYRZ, and the video simulcast will be on audiosportsonline.com. Thank you, sir. And then the week after that, it's rivalry week, and we've got the Brownsburg Bulldogs traveling to Avon to take on the Orioles. So we're going to get to see the Orioles a couple times in the next 2 weeks, and that game against Brownsburg should be a barn burner. Brownsburg looked very good in Week 1. Not sure how they're doing in Week 2, but the Brownsburg Bulldogs looking very good so far. Hey, just a reminder, you're listening to 98.9 FM WYRZ LP. Let me try that again. 98.9 WYRZ LP FM, Brownsburg, Indiana. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios as it's the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football here on WYRZ. And don't forget, if you're hearing us, you're out driving around, you're saying, man, I've got loved ones that would love to partake in Plainfield or Tri-West football. They can. via the magic of the internet. You can listen online to any of our high school football broadcasts at wyrz.org, or if you're a visual person, you can watch them at audiosportsonline.com. You can watch tonight's broadcast, I should say, on audiosportsonline.com. So you got no excuse. Whether you're in the greater central Indiana area or you're out of it, you can listen or watch tonight's broadcast. Make sure to tell a loved one. Tell a hated one. We don't care. Just tell someone. Little game reset here for you. 6 minutes, 5 seconds in the halftime. Plainfield leading Tri-West by a score of 14-0. And I'll tell you what, Colin, it's interesting taking a look at those halftime stats. We read some of them for the audience. Not an overly dominant performance by Plainfield, but they certainly had the upper hand, and Tri-West just really struggled to move the football.
Definitely some great defense by Plainfield there.
Tri-West, or the Plainfield Marching Band, now exiting the field. And just a couple of programming reminders coming up tomorrow. Big day on the radio station. We've got at 8:30 a.m. Capitol Happenings. Yours truly, Rob Kendall, Indiana State Senator Jim Merritt, taking you inside Indiana government. Our guest this week will be Indiana State Treasurer Kelly Mitchell, talking about the Text 911 law that allows you to text 911 in case of an emergency. It's a really interesting law that's saved a lot of lives over the past couple of years. And with this being the welcome week, or last week was the welcome week for college campuses, it's really timely. So 8:30 tomorrow, you can hear all about that. Yours truly, Rob Kendall, State Senator Jim Merritt, Indiana State Treasurer Kelly Mitchell. And then coming up Saturday night, 7 o'clock, it's the 70s dance party with Nicole. Get your weekend revived. Get off of the dance floor, or off the couch and onto the dance floor. And hey, tonight, as soon as the game's over, Kurt David taking you back. It's normally the 80s at 8. It's the 80s whenever high school football ends, which at this rate, maybe just after 8, which that's what it is right now. Colin, the one great thing about, and I know you had this at Chittard too, a lot of these smaller schools, they play very fast. No 3-hour games.
They're definitely efficient with getting their football games in.
A lot of running, a lot of clock movement. And as somebody who doesn't get paid by the hour, I like that. Four minutes and counting at halftime. As the Plainfield Quakers getting ready to reemerge onto the football field. And as we await, how about those Colts? Is Andrew Luck going to play this year?
This year, probably.
When?
Probably my guess is week 5.
Way to be vague, very vague.
They'll throw him in week 5 and not block for him like they usually don't.
I would. I'm a Bears fan, so I know all about bad quarterback play. So it's
Jay Cutler was not that bad.
Yeah.
If you weren't watching the game or listening to it or keeping track of stats for it, Jay Cutler was not that bad. Just like the same could have been said for Curtis Painter if you did the same exact thing.
Here come the Quakers back onto the field now. And, of course, Plainfield in the home red jerseys, white letters and numbers, white pants. And Tri-West coming back on as well, waiting for the Quakers very respectfully to come back on first. Well, what does Tri-West got to do, Colin, here in the second half?
Definitely need to get your D-line in the game and try to get them to start playing like Plainfield's D-line has, really. Get your D-line to stop the run and just get something clicking on offense. Figure out what the weakness you need to attack is and go for it.
In the case of Plainfield, when you've got a guy like a Garrett Lee who's 375 pounds, what do you do if you're Tri-West? How are you moving that guy?
I mean, you could double team him. You could also what most would do is just run away from him, figure out where he's going to have the toughest time getting to, isolate one of the best defenders on that team, and take him out of the game, essentially.
2:20 and counting here at halftime. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, as the lights are beginning to take effect here at Plainfield High School. And again, this is a game we talked with Coach Woodard on the Brian Woodard Show, head coach of the Plainfield Quakers, on Monday. You could tell this is a game he really felt his team needed. I don't think they played quite up to his expectations in Week 1 against Avon. He knew that was going to be a tall chore because that's a really good Avon team. But I think he thought the game might be a little closer, much like we had last year. I think he felt like defensively the kids underperformed a little bit. And I think he really felt like this team needed this win here tonight to really reset its season. And he said this too. That's the best team they're going to see all year in Week 1. I mean, the Avon Aura is the best team they're going to see all year. So he really put the emphasis on getting back into the winning ways against a great program in Tri-West.
It's definitely about where you finish these seasons. So, I mean, even if you come out and you lose Game 1, it doesn't mean the season's over. It doesn't mean that's how your season's going to go. It's just a starting point to see what your flaws are, and you just build off of that. And I mean, this week they played great defense. So,
well, and you've seen that with Chittard many times, where they would, just because they play a hard schedule, lose 2-3 games in the regular season, come out and they're at the state finals.
I mean, we played 6A schools. We played against the big boys of football, and you played against these teams so you can measure yourself up against the best teams in the state. So you could see where your true flaws were to make those runs.
Yeah, and we talked about this Coach Woodard before. Not take nothing away against Danville. That was always a great regular season rivalry and a great way to start the season. But you're going to get a lot more out of losing to Avon than you might beating a Danville. And certainly it's nice to have Tri-West. While they are a smaller school than Plainfield, what a great football tradition. They always are teams that compete against bigger schools, so it's not really nice to see a good start in all Hendricks County start for these first 2 games for the foreseeable future for the Plainfield Quakers.
I mean, especially with Tri-West being a team that has won a state championship recently, they know how to get there. They're guys that have seen that game happen. They've seen the work that goes into those types of seasons, so they know what it takes to win one, and that's what helps you playing those teams that know how to put a banner on the wall.
Yeah, and obviously Tri-West in a bit of a rebuilding mode this year, at least by their standards, as new head coach Tyler Bruce, former star at Tri-West, now takes control of the team, and it's going to be interesting to see how he progresses. It's very weird for me that people I announced in high school are now coaching teams. It'll be interesting to see.
It's definitely a transition process to get a new coach. I mean, the new coach is coming into his first season. There's a lot of things you have to iron out because you haven't seen what goes on in your head quite in these situations. So what you think you need to work on it, perfect it, and get it to the working right, so then your ideas, your schemes will be effective.
Yeah, and obviously Coach Call moving on, and I think a lot of people thought Tri-West was going to get another state championship last year. They certainly came out in Week 1 of sectional, had a phenomenal regular season. I think they lost the first game, in fact, and then didn't lose until the sectionals, and came out Week 1 in the sectionals against a state-ranked team and just blew the doors off of them, and then they ran into Chittard last year in a phenomenal Round 2 game. But, yeah, Tri-West, if you ever have a down year with Tri-West, you don't panic because you know they'll be back the very next year because they eat, breathe, and sleep football out at Tri-West High School. 1:30 up on the clock. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock bringing you tonight's Kevin Kersey Agency presents high school football here on 98.9 WYRZ as well as audiosportsonline.com. We welcome those of you watching over there as well. Thank you for joining us all around the world. Thanks to Shane Rayback in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios. Thanks to Jason Dozier in the Audio Sports Online Studios for keeping us hopefully on the air throughout the rest of our broadcast. That was a good time, Colin. It's 8:13 and we're already through halftime.
Making great time here. Making great time here.
Great time. We're making phenomenal time here at the broadcast tonight. All right, here we go. 93, Brigham Anderson will kick it away. high end over end kick. And it's taken back at the 10 to the 15, and a host of Quakers wrap him up and take him down at about the 16-yard line. That was number 4, Ryan Starnes, with the return for Tri-West. Lights beginning to take full effect here at Plainfield High School. What a beautiful facility they have out here. Out of the shotgun. Snap. Little end around. And taken down. That was Samuel Fulton again. No gain on the play. He has really struggled tonight. We mentioned at halftime. Four yards in the backfield tackled for losses in the first half. He ended up with 13 yards total. But just really struggled on several carries.
This Plainfield defensive line picking up right where they left off.
Yeah, they are owning the line of scrimmage, Colin, as you said. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, 1 man in the backfield. Out of the shotgun is Robertson. Snap. They'll try it again, and again it goes nowhere. And might have got the initial line of scrimmage back maybe a yard, and now we got a whistle and a stoppage of play. Not sure what the stoppage of play is about. Oh, we got a helmet off. So the Plainfield player will come off the field. And now the clock will wind again. 11:05 left to play in the third quarter. 14-0 Plainfield over Tri-West. Out of the shotgun. 3 receivers go wide to the right. 1 man to the left. Robertson in the backfield. Snap. Back to pass. Steps up. Has all sorts of time. He's throwing it down the field. Here we go. It's up, and it is picked off near midfield. Intercepted by number 12 for Plainfield, Owen Litzelman. And it's an interception for the Quakers. Kind of just put it up for grabs that time, Colin.
This is definitely an opportunity for Plainfield to just start to put this one really away. Get a 3-score lead. I mean,
yeah, he had time that time. Nice job by the Tri-West line to give him the opportunity to throw, but Plainfield had dropped several guys back, and he threw it a 1 receiver into 3 defenders. You're not going to win that one very often. So now quickly Plainfield will come back to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 46 of Tri-West. Snap, there's the give to Anderson. He'll lower the shoulder, leans ahead. He's pushed backwards, and a gain of about 3 yards on first down. Second down coming up now. A little bit of confusion as Plainfield tries to get the play in. Snap, little end around to Gaudier. He's got room to run. Inside the 40, lowers his shoulder near the first down. They're going to spot him about 1.5 yards short, down to the 38, and it'll bring up third down and short for Plainfield. They're going to stay no huddle and keep the offense on the field. 2 receivers wide to the right, nobody to the left. Slayton out of the shotgun. Snap, give, Gaudier leans ahead. He's got the first down inside the 35, and a flag flies late, and I'm not sure what that was about. Holding, oh, there it is, okay, quickly, holding the signal as a Plainfield player lost his helmet. And it's going to be a penalty on the Quakers. That's a big blow for them because they had the first down. 9:35 now left to play in the third quarter. Those are just killers, Colin, when you get that first down and then all of a sudden it's a spot of the foul.
Basically 3rd and 15 or so.
Yeah, huge penalty because they had the first down easily. And now, as you said, Colin, about 3rd and 15. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap, back to pass, screen play, got a man. Oh, tipped up, loose ball, And I think he actually ended up coming down with it. He did. Nice catch by Gadia. Unfortunately for him, nowhere to run. He had to dive to catch it. Gain of about 4 yards. And so that's going to send the punt unit on for the Plainfield Quakers.
That's definitely a play that kind of gets your stomach to churn a little bit when you're down there watching that, because you don't know what's going to happen. Somebody could easily come in there and just swipe that ball away.
So Maple will kick it away. There's the snap. Clean. Kick is up. It's a high kick. Short. End over end. It's going to hit at the 10. It'll bounce forward. It's going to end up being really good, and it'll be downed inside the 10. At about the 10-yard line. So Tri-West will come back onto the field, and they've got their work cut out for them with 90 yards to go to get to the end zone. If you're just tuning in tonight, Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, Shane Ray back in the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios. It's high school football presented by the Kevin Kersey Agency on 98.9 WIRZ. Plainfield leading Tri-West 14-0. Snap. Little miss. Oh, that went nowhere. A little misdirection give, and Watson was dropped back before he could blink. Huge loss that time for Tri-West.
Garrett Lee definitely living up to his size and making plays out there.
Well, they've got nobody. I mean, I don't even know if you put two guys on him. If you could match up with Lee, I don't know.
Even if you do put two guys on him, I mean, those other D linemen, if they try to double Lee, those other D linemen are very big guys as well, so they're going to still go out and make plays.
Yeah, I mean, give you an example here. 69 Dylan Little is 284 pounds. Has been matched up on him tonight a little bit. As there's the give, and Watson leans ahead. Just an example, for example, Alexander Ayers, he's a freshman. He's listed at 235. Just reading some of these weights here for you to show what you're up against. 59, P.K. Perry, 11, a junior. He's 5'11", 215. You got a 215-pound guy trying to block a 375-pound guy. It's not going to work. And a freshman at center trying to help him out. So it's just a man amongst boys out there. Nobody's fault, but you're not moving that guy. Snap, back to pass. Rolling, Robertson rolling, has time, throws, got a man caught on the far side of the field. That's a first down up to about the 21-yard line. And that, Colin, may be something we see more of, is Robertson rolling out to avoid the Plainfield pass rush.
I mean, definitely, the way their pass rushes work, their just defensive line is rushing. If you can get their quarterback to roll out the way they need to, they can definitely start to make some plays on the perimeter.
Three receivers wide to the left, one man to the right, out of the shotgun. Snap. And again, the give is to Fulton, and Fulton goes nowhere. So Tri-West now facing a second down and 10. Out of the shotgun, three receivers go to the left, one man to the right. Snap, back to pass. Little screen pass. Fulton's got it. Room to run, but it is quickly closed up by the Quakers. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and a nice job by Plainfield that time in pursuit.
Plainfield has just done an excellent job today of sniffing out these screens and making them, not letting them work against them. Definitely going to have to try to figure something different out with that passing game to just exploit something.
Third down and 10. 5:40 left to play in the third quarter. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. Out of the shotgun, snap, back to pass, rolling. He's going to be hit and dropped by a host of Quakers, and a big loss on third down. It's going to put him all the way back near the 10-yard line, and the punt unit will come on for Tri-West.
Plainfield has just had excellent team tackling today. How many times have we said a host of Quakers? They all get in on that play. They're always going after that ball.
So 5 minutes to play in the third. They'll kick from their own end zone. Snap. Kick is away. It's a good kick. Line drive kick. It will be fumbled, and now they'll pick it back up. Reverses course. Still on his feet is number 27 for the Quakers. That's Logan Burden. Burden is taken down, though, at about the 40-yard line. So that was nearly a disaster for Plainfield, but they'll end up with good field position at the Tri-West 40. And it'll be interesting, Colin, on this drive, if we don't see the Quakers attempt to reestablish that run as the clock now is getting to a point where maybe it's becoming their friend a little bit.
Definitely. I think you'll see them run the ball like they found a lot of success doing. Try to milk the clock a little bit, maybe try to get it towards the end of this third quarter and put another score on the board.
Out of the shotgun is Slayton. Anderson, the lone man in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Snap, give. Anderson cuts it left side, now back center. Barrels down to about the 35 before being pushed back. So a gain of about 4 yards on first down. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Now a third man goes left side. Snap, play action, throws, tipped up, ball's in the air. It's picked off by Tri-West. And that is the one thing Plainfield did not want to happen. A loose ball interception. It was knocked up in the air. And I'm trying to see who came down with it. It was 34 Fulton who got the interception. So that's what we talked about. That run had been so effective, but they went to the pass that time, and it ended up biting them.
It was a good call. It just wasn't necessarily the best read, but, they're up 14-0. It's not really hurting them. They have great defense. They just need to get recollected and talk about what they need to see on those throws.
2 receivers wide to the right, 2 to the left. 1 man in the shotgun. Fulton is the lone back. Snap, play action, quick pass, got a man caught, far side of the field, and that was number 2 that time. Bryce Hendershot, the freshman, and he picks up about 6 yards on first down. Tri-West moving from right to left, 3:50 left to play in the third. Two receivers to the left, 2 to the right, out of the shotgun, single back, snap, play action, pumps, throws, incomplete, had a man open, had to drop down to the side that time, and the intended receiver on the slant was Ryan Starnes. So 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Bruins. They need to get to the 41 of Plainfield. Three receivers to the left, 1 man to the right, out of the shotgun. Snap, back to pass, screen pass. Fulton's got it. He's got room to run. He's across the 40. He's got a first down and more, up across the 45. And a nice play call that time by Tyler Bruce and Tri-West as they pick up the first down.
Definitely a good job to mix it up. I don't think the Plainfield defense definitely didn't look like they were expecting a screen there, so to get a first down is big momentum. Hopefully this can help them down this drive.
Ball rests at the 46. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, man out of the shotgun. Snap, play action, rolling right side, rolling, throwing on the run, got a man caught, and that is, now they're going to say it's incomplete. They still seem a little hesitant to get Robertson on the rollout. That was really effective. A couple times they've done it here in the second half, so we'll see if they don't try to get him doing that more often. Two receivers to the right. No, I'm sorry, three to the right, one to the left. Out of the shotgun. Snap. Throws. Got a man caught down to the 45. And that was number 80, number 80, Braden Van Slyke.
Definitely a good route there to just slide between those two defenders and get them down from a 3rd and 10 or so to 3rd and 1.5, 2 yards.
It's a big drive for the Bruins, and they know it as quarterback Robertson taking his time, looking in and getting the play. Tri-West moving from right to left on your computer screen or radio dial, wherever you're tuned in from. Two receivers to the right, two to the left. One man out of the shotgun. Man going in motion from left to right. Snap. There's the roll out. He's going to roll. He better get rid of it. Throws on the run. It's tipped up, incomplete. Flag flies late. That's in the area of a hold, as we like to say in the industry. And it is a hold against Tri-West.
He definitely had his back there for a second. Just wasn't quite developed in that role enough to pull the trigger on that throw.
So it'll be interesting to see what Plainfield does, if they're going to accept the penalty or not. I think they will, because otherwise it'd be 4th and 1. And I think Tri-West might go for it. They will take the penalty. It'll move Tri-West all the way back. Boy, that is a killer penalty because of the spot of the foul. All the way back to the 41-yard line. So now it was 3rd and 1. And now it's 3rd and 14. Tri-West with the ball at the 42. They've got to get all the way down to the 44.
3rd and 13.
3rd and 13. So we'll see what happens now. Out of the shotgun. Snap is low. Quick pass screen, or a little slant. I got a man caught, and he's very close to the first down. Run after the catch, and that was Logan Blake with the reception. It is enough for a first down. And boy, at that time, Colin Plainfield's defense just kind of fell asleep.
I mean, Logan Blake definitely just made the right moves at the right times, got a defender out of position, and he ran as hard as he could to get that first down.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Single back formation. Snap. Has time, throws, got a man far side of the field. It's short, and are they calling that a live ball? It skipped off the ground, but I didn't hear a whistle, and now they'll rule it an incomplete pass. It's like the officials might have fallen asleep there.
Plainfield definitely finished the play there.
Yes, that poor Tri-West receiver paid for that non-play. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now. Minute 16 left to go. Ball at the 41.
Play till the 2nd or 3rd whistle was definitely affecting that play.
Out of the shotgun, snap, back to pass. Steps up, throws, far side of the field. Got a man caught at the 35-yard line. And he will be taken down there, but still a gain of about 5 yards. So it'll bring up 3rd and 5. They need to get to the third, or just outside the 30 for the first down. We're inside of a minute left to go in the third quarter.
That was a great combo route there to get that guy open and make this a manageable 3rd down instead of 3rd and long.
Two to the right, two to the left, out of the shotgun. Snap. Back to pass. Here comes the rush. Throws. Got a man screen. He's got room to run. That's Fulton. He's inside the 30. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet. Down to about the 25. And a nicely executed screen. Now a flag flies late. And if that's against Tri-West, that is a killer. Because he had the first down. That penalty flag is at the 27-yard line. Oh, and it is. It's a hold against the Bruins. Now it'll be a spot of the foul. So it's going to move them back 10 yards from there. Tyler Bruce is a young guy, but he's going to lose some years on his life if they keep stuff like that up. So that'll make it all. They go from picking up the first down to now 3rd and 6. Ball moved back to the 37-yard line. That was a nicely executed screen that time. And again, to have a holding penalty when you've already picked up the first down is just heartbreaker.
And now you have to go deeper into your bag of tricks to try to make a 3rd and long happen.
Low snap, has time, now flushed out, rolling right side, throws, got a man, it's caught. Now it's going to be spot of the foul. It's going to depend on the spot. He's going to be up at about the 32-yard line, which is going to put him about 2 yards short. Now they're going to move it all the way back to the 33, and he needs to get to the 31. So it'll be a 4th and 2 when we return to action. That's going to bring about the end of the third quarter. One more to go. It's 14-0. Plainfield leading Tri-West. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock with the Kevin Kersey Agency Friday Night Football Game of the Week on 98.9 WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. They need to get this first down here, Colin.
Definitely do. You can turn a 2-score game into a 1-score game with this drive here. And you score here, you can definitely make your team play a lot more inspired football and potentially come back and win this game.
Well, we'll see. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So stats now for Plainfield. We've got Dawson Anderson, 15 runs, 74 yards. Average of 4.9 a carry. His long is 13. Ben Slayton, 11 of 17. 1 interception, 67 yards. He's also been sacked. Gavin Jacobs, the leading receiver, 6 receptions, 34 yards. His long is 14. For the Tri-West Bruins, Samuel Fulton, the leading rusher, 9 rushes, 8 yards, 13 total yards. Luke Robertson, 12 of 22, 1 interception, 19 yards. He's been sacked 3 times. And receiving-wise for the Bruins, Logan Blake, 4 receptions for 44 yards. His long was 17. Well, what do you do here, Colin? You've got to get the first down.
Definitely my guess is you just stack up one side and you run some power football right there. I think you can definitely get the first and get a drive going here.
Yeah, we will see what Tri-West has in store. They've got to get, again, just about 2 yards. They need to get to the 31. The ball's at the 33. Now, they have reset the football after coming out of the break, so they're actually going to put the ball down at the 32. So, really, it's a 1. That was a different spot than they had when they went into the quarter break. I don't know if they've noticed it yet or not. Yeah, they did. There we go. Okay. I noticed it. And so, yeah, the ball's at the 33. They're going to need to get to the 31-yard line on a huge 4th down conversion here on 98.9 WYRZ and AudioSportsOnline.com. Plainfield leads at 14-0. Tri-West facing a 4th and 2. Here we go. Tri-West, tight formation, just one receiver to the right side. Split formation in the backfield. Down under center, Robertson tries to draw him off sides, and now it's a live ball. Whistle, flags fly. Everybody's out of sorts here, and this is going to be a big call.
False start.
Oh, man, killer for Tri-West. False start on the Bruins. I think they thought they had Plainfield off sides there. And it may have been an illegal snap by the center.
Quarterback and everyone but the center definitely weren't ready for that ball to go there.
That is a huge penalty, as now it's a 4th and 7 and a totally different player, and you spend all that time drawing up a play.
And now, I mean, a majority of the plays that you could have run 5 yards ago are off the table. You have to throw the ball here. You can't run it somewhere.
Yep, we'll see what happens. Snap, back to pass. Robertson has time, throwing down the field, got a man over the head of the intended receiver, had a man open. It was number 2, Hendershot, and just overthrew the football that time. So a turnover on downs, huge stop by the Quakers, and they will get the ball back and a chance to run some clock, up 2 scores with 11:55 left to play in the ball game.
There you saw Plainfield's defense shine, make the play when they needed to make it, and let's see if their offense can go down and put this one away.
Slayton out of the shotgun, now a whistle, which will start the play clock. Snap, play action, throws, got a man caught, far side of the field, room to run across the 45, and very near a first down. And the number's getting a little harder to read. That was number 16 for the Quakers, Tyler McCarty with the reception on the far side of the field. Lights are taking full effect. They've got the lights on in the press box as well. And now with 11:39 to go, we've got a stoppage of play. That was enough for the first down. And now the play clock will start. Snap. Give. That's Anderson. Lowers the shoulder. It runs into a couple of Quaker tacklers and is taken down. Brings up second down, but the good news for Plainfield is the clock will continue to run. Ball sitting just inside the 50 in Plainfield. Oh, now they're going to move it back. I don't know what is going on here. There's the flag. Okay, I didn't see a flag on the field. It was on the far side, hidden. And now that's a big penalty. I didn't see what it was, Colin. Is that a personal foul?
Definitely looks like it.
Personal foul, yeah. So they're going to move him back 15 and a loss of down. Oh, that's a killer. Personal. So it is, okay, so it's first down. So it's first down and forever now. I'm not the best at math. That's your area of expertise. They got to get all the way to the 43-yard line. And pass
strip the ball away there.
Yeah,
no completion.
Little surprised Plainfield's not going to the run more here.
I think they just realized field position, they need to get yardage.
Delay of game against Tri-West. How does the defense have a delay of game? Any idea?
Must have done something to stop the play just from happening.
So I don't know if I've ever seen that before. It's second down, so that was after the play. Maybe they threw. There's a run, and it's Anderson, and he's off to the races. He's across midfield and all the way down to the 49. He's still going to be about 9 yards short of a first down.
Got him by a shoelace there.
I don't know if I've ever seen that delay of game on the defense after a play before. I don't know if I've ever seen that. It's third down now, though. They've got about 8 yards to go, 9 yards to go. They've got to get to the 41. The ball's at the 50. Snap, play action. Slayton has all sorts of time. Going down the field, and it is intercepted by the Tri-West Bruins down at about the 12-yard line. And that was number 3 for Tri-West, Logan Blake. So not the outcome Plainfield wanted, but at the end of the day, not that much worse than a punt.
Just getting a punt in earlier. Maybe getting a couple more yards. I mean, you still have Tri-West in bad field position. They're at the 12-yard line, so you're not you're not hurting too bad after that play.
And you haven't given up any points, so Plainfield will turn it over to the Bruins. That's the second interception for Slayton now. And give Tri-West credit, they have kept this high-powered Plainfield offense in check tonight, giving up just 14 points. Snap, play action. Screen pass short, and it's incomplete.
You still have 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's only a 2-score game. I mean, anything can still happen at this point in the game. Tri-West can still make something happen right here.
Yeah, you really feel like if you're Tri-West, you're one big play away from being back in this ball game. And it's even more impressive when you think about Plainfield put up 32 points just last week against Avon, and who will probably be one of the better teams in 6A football again this year, and Tri-West holding Plainfield in check.
They've definitely done a great job on defense at this point. They just need to get a couple plays to go their way on
And there
offense.
you go. Screen pass. He's off to the races. And or slant pass, I should say, off to the races. And that was number 3, Logan Blake, with the reception and the big run.
All you need is a little bit of space on some of these plays to make big yardage happen.
Ball's up to the 39-yard line, so a huge gain that time, about 26 yards or so. And it'll bring up first down and 10. The clock starts to move as they do move the chains. Robertson down under center, now to the shotgun. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, screen pass, got a man caught, and he will run for, still on his feet, breaks a tackle, still going, takes it to the far side of the field, he's off to the races. It's Watson, he's got room to go, he's to the 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, goes the distance, and just like that, Tri-West back in the game.
All you need is one play in this game. They made it right there, and now it's a ball game.
Wow, what a job. That thing looked like it was stopped for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards, and he broke through a couple of tackles and took it to the far side of the field, and nobody could catch him.
I mean, at the beginning of this half, first drive, you saw Plainfield get the ball in great field position. We were thinking, okay, Plainfield's going to go down, punch one in, just kind of build off where they were, and now we're talking about Tri-West scoring, making it a one-possession game. With 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter, anything can happen at this point.
Big extra point coming up here. Snap, spot, kick is up. The kick is right down the middle. It is good. That was Alex King with the kick. And now we have a whole new ball game as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents Friday Night Football on 98.9 WIRZ. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock. 14 Plainfield, 7 Tri-West, 9:13 to play. And if you're Plainfield, I mean, they had him. It would have been a nice little 4 or 5 yard gain for Tri-West, but certainly not scoring. And they just missed a couple tackles there, and he was off to the races.
All you have to do if you're on offense, plant your foot and get it going in another direction, make 1 or 2 defenders miss, and, I mean, you can be off to the races very quickly.
So now Tri-West will kick it off. And you'd assume they will try to just kick it deep here. They will not play around with the onside kick.
There's a lot of ball game left. I mean, you're playing with a lot of risk if you take it onside here.
Yeah, and obviously just one score now for this Tri-West defense, who we just talked about, has done a phenomenal job tonight against a very good Plainfield offense. And if you're Plainfield, you got to feel like you left some opportunities on the table. They've been in Tri-West territory a couple times, couldn't score, and now we've got a ball game.
I think you just definitely don't want to put your defense into a situation where they're having to try to make a stop inside in your own territory.
That definitely improved Robertson's passing statistics. Now 14 of 26 for 207 yards. That was a 61-yard touchdown right there for the Bruins. There's the kick. It's a line drive kick. It'll hit inside the 10, picked up there. Room to run across the 10 to the 15 to the 20. He's off to the races. It's Anderson, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
I mean, you're close to where you would have been if you'd kicked it onside there.
Yeah, it was a nice return there by Anderson. It was a weird took a weird bounce, but he picked it up, and he knew right where he wanted to go. So good field position for the Quakers as suddenly the offenses, plural, begin to come to life.
He picked that ball up in stride. He was already running at full tilt there, and he just made every cut he needed to make to get to where he's at now.
All right, here we go. Slayton out of the shotgun. Snap, give to Gadia. Plows ahead. And Plainfield going back to that run attack. He'll pick up about 3 yards. Tripped up by the ankles there.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Plainfield now with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the ball game. Snap. Give again to Gadia. Oh, he's got room to run, and here he goes. He's inside the 35. Takes down a one tackler and takes another with him. As touchdown saved that time by number 3 for the Bruins, Logan Blake, but a huge gain by Gadia, and it'll bring up first down and 10 from all the way down at the 27-yard line.
Gadia has great tenacity as a runner to make those types of plays happen.
Oh, loose ball! Anderson fumbled ball on the ground. Who got it? Let's see.
It looks like Cade Ritter might have gotten it. Cade Ritter picked it up on that one. Very good heads-up play by him to jump on that ball.
Wow, that was a huge play, as you said, Colin, and they fumbled it forward, so it's all the way down to the 14, so another first down.
Almost like they planned it.
That was a huge break for Plainfield in several ways. First and 10, snap, give, Anderson goes ahead, lowers the shoulder, still driving, takes some tacklers with him, and he's all the way down to about the 7-yard line. So Plainfield, somebody lit a match under them because they have come out on fire with Anderson and Gadia running angry, and right now we got a Bruin down on the field.
That Plainfield backfield has just done a great job of every time they get into those swarms, they're the guy that finds a way to get the most yardage and be the deepest of that whole swarm.
It's pretty much been an injury-free game, and now there's number 15 for the Bruins down. He's going to walk off under his own power, though, so that's good to see. And as we said, Plainfield notorious for playing quick games, as is Tri-West. We've seen that here as we're at 8:50. Been at it for an hour and 50 minutes, and we've just got 8 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. So quickly now, second down for the Bruins. Out of the shotgun, Slayton. Snap, give, Gadia, barrels ahead. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Plainfield. Tavian Gadia makes it a 20-7 ball game. 7:53 to play.
Definitely great to see Plainfield go back to what they know, run the ball, run it hard there. And, I mean, you see Gadia just go up the middle and do his thing, not make sure nobody can really bring him down.
Snap, kick is good. And
just like that, it's a 2-score game again.
Yeah, right down the middle. Good kicking for both teams so far tonight as the Kevin Kersey Agency presents high school football here on 98.9 WYRZ. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, 21-7 now. Plainfield leads Tri-West. And don't forget, next week we're heading to Hamilton Southeastern, or at least I'm heading to Hamilton Southeastern. I don't know if you're coming or not.
We'll see. Got a lot on my plate right now.
Well, I'll be at Hamilton Southeastern, and somebody else will be with me as the Avon Orioles take on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals in a game that could have huge implications on the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now updated stats. Dawson Anderson, 19 rushes, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tavian Gadia, 11 rushes, 80 yards, 1 touchdown, 188 yards between the two tonight for the Quakers.
Definitely great to have a 1-2 punch like that. 2 different styles of runner, but they both finish off their runs very, very well.
High end over end kick. It'll sail. It'll hit at the 10 and once again take a sideways bounce out of bounds. So good field position for the Tri-West Bruins. Well, this is it for Tri-West. They got to score and score quick. They still do have all 3 of their timeouts left. But
now's the point where you're really starting to get into crunch time as a team where you have to figure out what you need to do to win this game.
Yeah, out of the shotgun now. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap, pass. It is hit and dropped. Incomplete. Nice defense that time by Plainfield. Number 33 for the Quakers, Tyler Maple with a big hit.
Plainfield definitely has not been afraid to put a pop on a guy today. Definitely going through, making every hit they can, and it's really shown today how they done everything they can to slow down a great offense like Tri-West and make it a 21-7 game like this.
Out of the shotgun. Snap. Play action. Throws. Far side of the field. It's caught. And he'll take it back to the far side of the field. Breaks one tackle. Still on his feet. Cuts it back. And near a first down. That was number 80, Braden Van Slyke. Second time we've called his name tonight. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2 from the 45-yard line. Third down and 2 from the 45-yard line. Snap. Play action. Throwing down the field. Going deep. Incomplete. Overshot the intended receiver. As that was number 3, Logan Blake. And now it's a 4th down situation and 2 coming up for the Bruins. They got to go for it here, right, Colin?
Definitely. I mean, 7 minutes left in the game. You are before midfield. You need to make a play here. You really need to get something going for your offense to try to get back in this game.
Well, they are going to go for it. So that answered that question. 6:58 left to play. 2-score lead for Plainfield. Tri-West stacks 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Snap. Back to pass. Has time. Throws. Incomplete. And looking for a flag, but getting nothing was Logan Blake. And now Plainfield will come onto the field with a comfortable 2-score lead and 6:55 left to play in the ball game.
Definitely just got to stick with this run game. I mean, the 1-2 punch they have out there has done a great job for them. Milk the clock a little bit. Maybe put one more in and call it a night.
Yeah, obviously the goal here will be to run the clock. And if Plainfield does hang on, this will be a nice win for them. I'm sure there'll be things Brian Woodard will look at the game film and want to improve, but by and large, other than a couple of interceptions, a pretty well-played game. Snap, give ahead is to Anderson, and now the Plainfield line beginning to wear down Tri-West. He'll run ahead for a gain of about 6 yards. And, of course, now in high school football, it's a 35, is it a 35 or 40-second play clock now? It's 40. So you can run a lot of time off. Plainfield doesn't, though. They like to do a quick snap, and they'll pick up the first down deeper into Tri-West territory down to the 20.
You're doing a great job of subbing backs in and getting these plays off as quickly as they can.
Well, I got it as now the handoff is to Gadia. He is dropped in the backfield and taken down for a loss. And, this has been a change in high school football going to this 40-second play clock, which really changes the game.
Definitely allows you to play with the clock, play with the tempo, and really take control of how the clock works for you.
Nearly jumped offside. Now he did jump off sides, and that's going to be on the Bruins.
That's a great situation to change up the snap count, get yourself a couple yards back, and make it a second and a lot more manageable.
2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the left. Snap. Gadia hit again and dropped down. And the same guy got him that did last time. 2 nice tackles that time on the last couple of plays by the Bruins.
Tri-West has really come out, and their D-line is setting a tone on this drive. They definitely want to try to get something going and try to make this a ball game for themselves.
I think that was Tyler Watson again on the tackle. I think he's got the last 2. Snap, back to pass. Steps up, he's hit and no, he's still on his feet, still going, and now dropped way back at the 40-yard line. Slayton with a big sack that time, and they're going to actually spot him at about the 38, so a huge hit defensively there by Tri-West. But Plainfield will keep the clock running, and now Tri-West is going to spend a timeout, speaking of which. 5:01 left to play in the ball game now. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock, bringing you tonight's Kevin Kersey Agency presents high school football on 98.9 WYRZ, audiosportsonline.com. And now the Bruins trail it against the Plainfield Quakers by a score of 21-7. They'll get the ball back, but 5:05. Well, the clock says 50. I don't know. We think there's 5 minutes and 1 second. Could be. Scoreboard currently says 50.5 seconds. I think there's more time than that left.
I think Plainfield would definitely like for that to be how much time's left.
Now it says 50-50.
A lot of football left.
Now it says 5:05. There you go. So 5:05 left. All right, so the punt unit on for Plainfield as the Bruins send 2 men back. Ball currently resting at 38. Now a whistle and a false start on the Quakers, so that'll move them back 5 more yards. And again, Colin, you got to give Tri-West a lot of credit. They haven't given up. They've continued to fight.
I mean, they've definitely done a great job of keeping Ben Slayton in check today.
Another false start by the Quakers. As I don't know if I've ever seen that on a kick before. Back-to-back false starts, and that'll move them back 5 more yards. And I was getting ready to say, by and large, it's been a pretty well-played game by the Quakers until now, from a penalty standpoint.
Mostly clean up until this point.
Now there is the snap. Kick is away. It's a high kick. It'll sail out of bounds. And it'll depend on where it went out. Official continuing to walk, still moving, still going, all the way up to the 31-yard line. And so with the ball at the 31, 1st and 10 for Tri-West with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left to go.
Definitely not impossible to get back in this game here, but you got to be very, very quick with this first drive and probably onside it for the next one or play a great defensive series.
Yeah, they still do have 2 timeouts left, but right now they are thinking about how do we get the ball in the end zone. Robertson out of the shotgun. Snap. Back to pass. Flushed out right side roll, and he's going to throw it down the field. It is caught and dropped. Had a man open. That was Starnes. Pass was a little behind him, and Starnes dropped the football.
Plainfield defender was right there like they've been all night, ready to make that hit.
Garrett Lee is a monster.
I think I size up well with him.
He is a 5'10", 375 is what he's listed as.
I think 5'9", 160 lines up pretty good with him.
Out of the shotgun, Robertson.
I'd like to see a white line with him.
Snap. There's the give, and they tried a little draw play that time, and it didn't work, didn't fool anybody. Quakers were ready for it, pushed it back, and now it brings up a 3rd down and long with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the ball game. Tried to catch the Quakers napping that time, and they couldn't do it.
Definitely going to be interesting to see what they call here. 3rd and long, do you try to make it a 4th and short and manageable, or do you just try to get the first down here? There's a lot of strategy that has to go down in this down.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap, back to pass. Steps up. Robertson breaks 1 tackle but will not break another, and he will be sacked and dropped all the way back at the 25-yard line. And now it'll bring up 4th down and about 15 yards to go. And they're going to send the punt unit on. They're not even going to attempt it.
I think you're just putting Plainfield in way too good a position if you do go for it here. I mean, they can run the ball so effectively. They could just pretty much take out the entire clock if you do just go for it and not get it.
Out of the shotgun. Punt unit on. Snap is low. He'll pick it up off the turf. Oh, boy, nearly sacked. Now he's going to run forward with it, kick a line drive kick. It'll be fair caught at the 40. So that was an adventurous kick there. And with 3:30 to play, Plainfield will take over first down and 10.
I think you're definitely just going to see him run the ball, run out the clock with Gadia and Anderson, and go home.
Yeah,
1-1.
Obviously, unless there's a turnover here, it's going to be very difficult for the Bruins to get back in this one. But they do have 2 timeouts left. And now, as soon as we say that, nobody behind Slayton. Little misdirection give, though, to Gadia, and he will take it and turn the corner. And he ends up with a gain of about 3 yards on first down. And now the Quakers will take all sorts of time. By the way, who you got tomorrow, McGregor or Mayweather?
Who do I want to win or who will win?
Well, I think I know the answer to both, but why don't you tell me?
I want McGregor to win just because, beat a guy that's been 49-0. That'd be awesome to watch. But you're just having a guy that's coming in and boxing and MMA are such completely different sports that Mayweather is in a league of his own and he's going to win.
McGregor's got no chance, right?
None. He's just going to make more money than I could ever dream of.
Gadia leans ahead. Again, a reminder, you're listening to 98.9 FM WYRZ LP, Brownsburg, Indiana.
If you're telling me I can make that much money to lose, sign me up.
3rd down and 3 for the Quakers, and they get a first down here. That'll just about be all she wrote in tonight's ball game. Tri-West going to try to keep that from happening and force another punt. Plainfield taking its time now. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the ball game. Snap, give is to Gadia. He'll barrel ahead, and Tri-West, to their credit, does fight back. They push him backwards, and now a timeout on the field with 2 minutes and 1 second to play. It's going to be about a yard short. Again, you got to give a lot of credit to Tri-West. They're outsized out there, but they have fought hard the whole game, and they stopped the Quakers right there.
They've done a wonderful job of keeping Slayton in check. He's an absolutely great quarterback. He's done a lot, and he's one of the biggest threats you're going to see on a football field. So the way they've kept him in check has been absolutely great. And if you're Plainfield here, you might think about going for it. You got 4th and 2, 4th and 3. It looks a lot more like 4th and 2. And you can control the game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they go for it or not. Obviously, if you don't get it, you're giving the Bruins good field position. But it's always an adventure, especially in high school sports, when it comes to kicking the football. And it looks like Plainfield does have their kicking team out there. So we're expecting a punt. Ball is at the 48. And the Quakers will come back onto the field. They are going to punt it. Maple will stand back at his own 35-yard line. He'll kick the ball from right to left on your computer screen or radio dial. Snap. Runs with it. Now he'll kick it. Gets it away. It's a high end-over-end kick. Again, it'll sail out of bounds on the near side of the field. That's been a familiar spot for Maple tonight. And they will spot it at the... Where are we going to put it at? 26-yard line. So that ended up being a pretty good kick there by Maple. Minute 52 to play. Tri-West back on the field. They have 1 timeout left. They trail it by 2 scores, 21-7.
Definitely interesting to watch these rugby-style punts tonight and how close they're getting to having a D guy just right on top of the punter.
Yeah, and that's so fascinating that's become sort of the norm now, especially at the high school and college level in terms of these rugby-style kickers. You see a lot of them now. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Snap. Robertson back to pass. Steps up. Screen pass. Now he's flushed out. He's going to be hit and taken down all the way back at about the 12-yard line. Big sack that time by Plainfield.
It's definitely a big play. I mean, if you're Tri-West and you have that happen, I mean, that's almost a drive killer.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough now as they're facing a second and 26, 25. Second and 25. Clock continuing to move. Minute 15 to play. Robertson takes the snap. Throws a little screen pass. Overshot the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down and long with a minute 3 to play in the ball game. Tri-West breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. Out of the shotgun, snap, back to pass, steps up, throws, got a man in the flats, caught. He's across the 20, stays on his feet, taken down out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. The Kevin Kersey Insurance Agency of Farmers Insurance Group helps with home, auto, life, or business needs. They're located at 480 East Northfield Drive, Suite 300 in Brownsburg, next to Bill Estes Ford. Phone number is 317-286-3481. They're also found on Facebook at the Kevin Kersey Agency or at their website, farmersagent.com/KKersey. Last crack at it here for Tri-West, 4th down and 13. Robertson, snap, back to pass, steps up, flushed out of the pocket, rolling left side, throwing on the run, and it's incomplete, and that'll do it. Panuni's Pizza and Wings in Brownsburg delivers to Pittsboro, Claremont, North Avon, and all of Brownsburg. Pizza calzones, breadsticks, and wings are always available. More information can be found on their Facebook page, as well as their website, panuni.com. They're located at 1447 East Main in Brownsburg. Phone number is 317-286-3500. Open Sunday through Thursday, 11 to 9. Friday and Saturday, open till 11. All right, so Plainfield in the victory formation, and there's a knee. They'll have to do it one more time in tonight's ball game. Westside Plumbing, Heating and Air offers residential heating and air conditioning, maintenance, repair, and replacement, and serve all of Hendricks County in West Indianapolis. Their phone number is 317-445-8399. More information can be found at westsideplumbing.net and at their Facebook page for Westside Plumbing. And there's another knee, and that will do it, as the Plainfield Quakers are going to be victorious tonight over the Tri-West Bruins by a score of 21-7. Both teams now meeting at midfield to shake hands. The new Plainfield UPS is now hiring part-time package handlers for 3 different shifts, morning, evening, and late night. Weekly retention bonus, tuition reimbursement, and benefits are all available for all UPS employees. More information on applications for available positions and scheduling an interview can be found at upsjobs.com. A Crane Credit Union can assist when buying a home or a car, paying bills and depositing checks, as well as making loan payments can be done on smartphones with their mobile app 24 hours a day. Located in 27 Indiana counties. More information can be found at cranecu.org, federally insured by NCUA. Thank you. And for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building homes and remodeling projects. Wicker Construction works with the client to understand their lifestyle and construction needs. Their phone number is 317-839-8353. Jimmy John's offers delivery and catering. They're located at 2683 East Main Street next to BW3s and open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. More information can be found Saturday through Sunday. More information can be found at 317-837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com. Gunnell and Kinnaman Financial Accounting, Tax, and Wealth Managers is available to answer any question you may have when it comes to retirement. Their phone number is 317-203-4433, and their email is info@gkfin.com. And Hoosier Tent and Party Rentals available at 101042 Bradford Road in Avon, and has been serving Hendricks County with party rental supplies since 2001. More information available at 317-272-9746. All right, some final stats for you tonight. Rob Kendall, Colin Aycock from Plainfield High School, where the Quakers victorious 21-7 over the Tri-West Bruins. Dawson Anderson, the leading rusher for the Quakers tonight, 21 runs for 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tavian Gadia, 16 rushes, 86 yards. Passing, Ben Slayton, 12 of 20, 78 yards, 2 interceptions. Gavin Jacobs, leading receiver tonight, 6 receptions, 34 yards. And for the visiting Tri-West Bruins, Samuel Fulton, 9 runs, 13 yards. He was the leading rusher tonight for the Bruins. Really held in check when you consider he had 1 run of 11 yards. Luke Robertson, 6 of 34, 1 interception, 226 yards total, 1 touchdown as well. His long pass on the night, 61 yards. Logan Blake, the leading receiver for the Bruins, 5 receptions, 71 yards, a long of 27. Colin, final thoughts on tonight's game?
I mean, it was definitely a great game for Plainfield, but you have to give Tri-West credit for the defense that they played tonight. I mean, it's not easy to keep a quarterback like Slayton in check and keep him from going off passing. And, I mean, they only let him throw for 78 yards. They got 2 picks against him, and they didn't give up any touchdowns to him. But, I mean, Plainfield just did a wonderful job of adjusting to that and figuring out how to get their run game working against that defense. And, I mean, it's almost impossible to cover both as well as they did the one. So,
all right. Well, again, our final score tonight, 21-7. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thanks to Shane Ray back at the Hendricks Power Cooperative Studios. Don't forget, next Friday night, huge Hoosier Crossroads Conference matchup for you as the Avon Orioles travel to Hamilton Southeastern to take on the Royals. We will have the pregame show starting at 6:40, kickoff at 7 o'clock. The Kevin Kersey Agency has presented Hendricks County football tonight on WYRZ, and tonight's broadcast has been powered by AudioSportsOnline.com. Tonight's game is underwritten by the Kevin Kersey Agency of Brownsburg, Westside Plumbing, Heating, and Air, UPS, Paninis, Pizza and Wings, Crane Credit Union, Wicker Construction, Gunnell and Kinnaman LLP, Jimmy John's, KG Enterprises, and Hoosier Tent and Party Rental. For Colin Aycock, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great evening.